I want everybody from this moment on to recognize me as the scholar of boxing.
See, their morals, their code. It's a bad joke. Dropped at the first sign of trouble. They're only as good as the world allows them to be. I'll show you. When the chips are down, these civilized people, they'll eat each other.
49 hours declaring it a riot.
Cruiser 5 to 50 be advised, County Police 1 advised they're trying to breach and get to the Capitol.
Publicists, when you talk to your publicists, you know the first thing they tell you? What? Stay away from religion, stay away from politics.
Okay.
You know why?
Why?
No matter what the you say, somebody passionately disagrees with you.
Absolutely.
No matter what religion, you believe in Allah, then you're saying that's not the right way. You believe in every Christianity, that's not it, because they're choosing something different. Your political party, the Democrat, Republican, the disagreement completely.
Yup.
So I stay away from it. When I get pulled into politics, I go,
Yeah.
and I have nothing to say. I'm
That's
just
the same way we are. Well, no politics, none of
I'll
this.
with that. I don't stay there because I'm still entertainment. If it's not music, then it's film and television, but it's still entertainment. So why would you turn someone off by saying that?
Right.
I want everybody to enjoy what I'm doing.
Right.
Not just a selective few amount of people. I focus on diversity because it's needed.
Right.
The boxing scholar is a lover, not a fighter, but he's also a fighter, so don't get any ideas. If he pats you on the back, you'll put it in your resume. His enemy. Have him listed as an emergency contact. The scholar has an inside joke with complete strangers. If he punched you in the face, you'd have to fight the urge not to thank him. Sharks have a week dedicated to him. He's the only man alive to is parallel park. A train is count to infinity twice. In Genesis, when God said, "Let there be light," the scholars said, "Say pretty please." He is the genius of all genius and master of all masters.
And that's the trick to life. You have to be wise enough to know when you were living in your dream. And you have to be humble enough to accept when you're in someone else's.
Yo, the Boxing Scholar's on. What's good, everybody? Man, oh man. Shout out to All Positive. Let me get my theme music. Boom. There we go. One more thing we must, brothers and sisters, we must stay focused. Shout out to All Positive, man. All Positive gave me this great idea to do this episode, and of course, All Positive is very knowledgeable about boxing, hip hop, and everything else. If they listen, AP, and drop your bro. I'm gonna have to do this again. All Positive. Hold on. Say something. Okay, I was making sure my volume was no, I wasn't talking to myself. So I'm gonna do this. All Positive. So I had a thing on my community tab, right? Mm-hmm. And I dropped it, and I was like, okay, this is a trust exercise. Everybody that I put name in here, y'all subscribe to them, and then they subscribe to you as well. And theoretically, if everybody does what they're supposed to, which of course everybody ain't, but at least if half do it, everybody should get to 50 subs. Yeah. So I got 40,000. So theoretically, I'm trying to help everybody start their own channel, help them help themselves.
Yeah.
Man, I did that. Nobody even responded to it. I'm gonna try it again. After this episode. I'm gonna post it. But everybody gotta give some to get some. You know what I mean? No diddy. You know, you can't be selfish. And this will work. If we do this, it's foolproof. If you subscribe to everybody and they subscribe to you, you got 50 subs, bam, you already there to go live. So I'm gonna try that again, but I'm gonna also drop all positive link. What's up, Lou? What'd you say, all positive?
I ain't said nothing. No, I ain't said nothing.
Oh, but yeah, man, theoretically it should work all positive. I'm gonna try it one more time. Maybe I'm gonna give them the benefit of that. Maybe they didn't see it. So we'll try it again. It's basically a trust exercise and us showing each other love, you know, helping build. You know, I can't be the only person on YouTube doing my thing, and you know, everybody is like what he AZ say, it's enough money to go around. Everybody will get this money, everybody gonna eat, B. You know what I mean? Everybody can eat. So I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna drop everybody link and then just give you the opportunity to drop your link up under there if you want to, you know, have people subscribe to you or whatever the case may be. But yeah, so we here all positive. Bruce Lee versus Michael J. White. First of all, what's your thoughts about it? You think Bruce Lee could beat Michael J. White? How do you feel about it?
Look, man, a lot of people don't know that Michael J. White. J, that's how you pronounce it. J, like Paul.
Yeah, you're right. He said that in interviews like everybody says J. It's J. I'm like, man, shut up. If you fought, everybody know your name.
Yeah. But he actually has a lot of people. I see people in the comments like, well, Michael J. White never fought. Like, no, he's a competition fighter. It's video footage of him fighting in competitions. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, yeah, man, Michael J. White's like what 6'2", 250, and Bruce Lee's like 5'7", 130. But Bruce Lee was a good fighter, but more so, Bruce Lee was an actor. A lot of people don't understand that Bruce Lee was an actor, and we know the story of Wong Jackman. Like, they were spreading these lies that Bruce Lee was pummeling this man into submission, and what ended up happening, like, you know, it's been portrayed in a couple movies about their fight. They even made a whole movie about it. Like they fought and they teamed up to fight crime. It was like a fictionalized crap. It was a fictionalized, but the thing about it, what ended up happening is, like, regardless of because there's like different stories of what happened, but regardless of what happened, I believe Wong Jackman's side of the story, because the simple fact that Bruce Lee was out here flapping his gums, talking about he beat this man, and Wong Jackman challenged him to a public fight. He put an ad out in the newspaper, challenged a public fight, and then Bruce Lee wisely declined it and then went apologized to him. So what does that tell you about whose side of the story you like? If me and you had a private fight and I'm telling everybody I beat you and I destroyed, then you're like, okay, if you beat me, let's fight public so everybody can see it. Then I was like, you know what? My bad. I'm sorry. I mean, they go like that. Who would you think got the better of the person in the fight?
Hey, in the words of Tupac, you asked me who won. When we see them, they run. I would probably be more inclined to believe the guy that don't want the rematch publicly.
Because Bruce Lee didn't want none of that smoke live. Because like I said, Wong Jackman was a grandmaster, so he would have got the beats put on him, and that would have stopped all this myth about him being. And Bruce Lee, he could fight, so he trained people. Like he trained Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he was one of his students.
You know, I gotta give Bruce Lee a ton of credit. All this mixed martial arts talk, he's the father of this stuff.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
You know, he took something that was a style and said, well, no, I want to be multifaceted. I want to train in boxing. I want to train in grappling. I want to do all this stuff. So the idea of mixed martial arts was Bruce Lee. He wanted to be the ultimate fighter. So, you know, he's the grandfather of all this stuff, the forefather, whatever you want to say, the originator, authenticator, whatever you want to throw, all them Don King words you want to throw around. He's all that, you know. But you have to remember this element. Bruce Lee was also, you know, if you look back in history, all of our great scientists were philosophers and scientists, right? The natural world they talked about, and then they also explored in the science, and the two were twined together. Bruce Lee was the first mixed martial artist and philosopher. Like, be like water, my friend. All that stuff, that is keen, like, motivational, philosophical truths that adds to the mystique of Bruce Lee. I've seen, people like, yeah, you don't want to be like Bruce Lee, like water, and these are people that shouldn't even know who Bruce Lee is, theoretically. He passed away long before they was even born. But that's what Bruce Lee meant. And I always say this: fighters exist in people's imaginations. This is why they thought Ali was going to come back and beat Larry Holmes, because he had defied the odds twice before, proved people wrong, to the point where they didn't want to be on the wrong side of history anymore, and they believe he could do anything. But Father Time caught up to him, and he also had Parkinson's. But in their fantasy, where the fighter existed, he could do anything. And I think that imaginary land inside of our brain is where Bruce Lee and Steven Seagal and all these people, exist. So whatever they are, it's going to be added to them, the lore, right? Even if they're really, really good with their hands, right? In our imaginations, they're going to be better with their hands. I remember growing up being a kid and everybody thinking Jet Li can really beat up everybody in the world.
Yeah. Did you ever hear the story about Jean-Claude Van Damme and Steven Seagal?
No, what happened?
Steven Seagal, he talks a good game. That Steven Seagal, he lived in Japan like 10 years, something like that. And he trained, whatever. And Steven Seagal does know a little bit, so he's a trained fighter, pretty good fighter. But Steven Seagal was talking all this trash about Jean-Claude Van Damme in public, and even to this day, he still talks trash about him in public. So, as Jean-Claude Van Damme said, he's like, they was at Sylvester Stallone's house, and he's like, he challenged him to a fight outside. This is what Jean-Claude Van Damme said. They challenged him to a fight, and Steven Seagal didn't want to fight him. Steven Seagal responded in the interview, he's like, I'll squash him. He's like, it never happened. So they asked Sylvester Stallone what happened. Sylvester Stallone, because it was at his house. Sylvester Stallone's like, Jean-Claude Van Damme challenged Steven Seagal to a fight, and he went outside and waited for him. He said Steven Seagal never went outside.
Of course not. Steven Seagal is a dude that, like I said, who he believes his own press clippings.
Yeah.
He thinks because every time he touches these stuntmen, they're like falling all over themselves. He really believes that he's that guy. He really looks in the mirror and was like, yeah, I could beat this guy up. Remember when didn't he say he gave John Jones like tips to win a fight, and he trained with John Jones or something like that? Like, I'm not gonna lie, these fake martial artists are like something else. Their ego, and I'm gonna be honest to you, to a certain degree, Michael J. White is that. No disrespect to Michael J. White. He knows the fight science. Like, he could teach it. You know what I mean? He could even demonstrate it to a certain degree. But as far as a professional fighter, that he's not. He's the guy that I love to spar. I love to get my butt whipped. All that stuff is just, persona and ego. And we'll get into that. I just wanted to show y'all this. So you're talking about Steven Seagal, right? Yeah. This is a story about Steven Seagal, because everybody knows he has a reputation from really like beating up his stunt man. Like, check this out.
This isn't to be the guy with the shit jokes. Steven Seagal, right? Steven Seagal. I'm doing another movie.
What are you teaching Seagal how to do?
No, this is gonna kill you. I promise you. It's gonna kill you. So we're doing Ride Along 2. Cube accidentally punched one of the stunt guys in the nose. Cube.
Who's Cube?
Ice Cube. I gotta introduce you. He'll love it. He punches the stunt guy in the nose. Stunt guy's nose starts bleeding. Cube is apologetic. Yo, man, I'm so sorry. God, I'm sorry. He's like, no, man, it's okay. Like, at least you're nice. Like, I know that it wasn't intentional. We've worked with people in the past that have been just dicks.
Right.
So he's like, who? I'm like, who else? He's like, well, Steven Seagal, he used to really get shots in these scenes. So got to a point where we had to come to our boss, the stunt coordinator. We were like, hey man, Steven's really hitting us. Like, can you kind of tell him to
sound like his wife down, right? His wife said the same thing, didn't she?
He's like, can you tell Steve to relax a little bit? So Steven found out that one of the guys was like a black belt in judo, like a serious black belt. So Steven comes up to the guy, he's like, hey, put me in your best hold. I bet you I can get out of it. And he's like, I can't do that. You're my boss. I can't do that to you. He's like, put me in your best hold. He looks at his boss. because Steven was being a dick, the guy said, "Go ahead, do it." Choke Steven, puts him in a chokehold. Right? Steven's struggling. His feet squirming. He's searching for balance. He can't. It's like he's losing air a little bit, but you know, you got to tap out when you don't want it anymore. So all you hear is all you hear is he taps out. He taps out and goes, good old. And he beelines to the bathroom. He comes out. It smells like shit everywhere. Choked the shit out of Stevenson.
It's marked for that.
And literally all you heard was
How satisfying is that when the asshole on the set shits his pants? How great is that?
He literally shit himself. But just picture being a tough guy and you like, good, go ahead, your best one. And it's really a good hole.
And just stool come right.
So yeah, that was, I remember that story that Kevin Hart told vividly. I do not like Steven Seagal. He's definitely a fake martial artist, you know, and his ego is through the roof. But so all positive, you familiar that Michael J. White has been going around. What's good, Brandon? Has been going around you know, for years saying he would beat Bruce Lee, and that's always been controversial. I think it's because the status that people hold Bruce Lee, you know.
Yeah. It's like same thing with Michael Jordan, man. It's like when you mention Michael Jordan, like there's like, oh man, no one could ever beat Michael Jordan in a one-on-one game of basketball. It's like, oh man, no one. And then the story came out. Well, this story was being told long before YouTube, and it's been confirmed. But Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, who used to be Chris Jackson, y'all know him as Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf now, the one that got blacklisted from the NBA for not standing during the national anthem. But he was in high school, and Jordan had challenged him to a one-on-one game in a Nike camp, and many people were there. Scoop Jackson, former writer of Slam magazine and worked for ESPN, he was there. He tells a story. He was like Mike. He was in. This is a 12th grade. Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, he later played for LSU. Later made it to the NBA. Played for Denver, and he's like Michael Jordan couldn't stay in front of him. Like he was just taking him off the dribble every play. He was a 12th grade, and Michael Jordan was in the prime. He was in the NBA in the prime of his career. Like this is 88 Michael Jordan MVP, and he was just taking Mike off the dribble every play, and he couldn't do anything with him. And Chris Jackson, well, later Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, he later confirmed it. So it's all about like when a legend grows, it's like, well, no one could ever beat this guy one-on-one. And it's like I've always said it on every team, NBA team, every college team, high school team. There's a guy at the end of the bench that's not getting any playing time and nobody can beat. Because even Allen Iverson, he tells this story about this guy, Dean Barry, who was a walk-on at Georgetown. He's like, this guy, Dean Barry, was beating him every day in practice. He couldn't do anything with him. he said, I had to put my pride aside and ask him, like, yo, how do you do that crossover? He said, dude was killing him. So, like I said, when there's a
because some people don't care about myths, legends, and dragons and Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. Some people just play ball, and it doesn't matter who's in front of them. You know, I say that's like 90. That's why people say like 90% of fighting and sports competition is mental. That's why you have to accept. Listen, I remember the Patriots playing the Giants, and they were undefeated. Oh, man, and I remember the Giants saying that they were going to hold Tom Brady to like 13 points or something like that, and Tom Brady looking into the camera and like laughing, you know, smirking hysterically.
One of the worst games of life, man. Don't remind me of that game, man.
So I mean, what I'm saying is that team didn't believe in the great myth of the Tom Brady. Tom Brady was gonna have to prove he was every bit of that legend that day. You know what I mean? What's up, Most Hated? So Tom Brady ended up, you know, losing, you know, and they ended up slaying the dragon. Because part of it is just the belief system, you know. Like I said, a lot of this game, I say 90% of boxing is mental, you know. So, but
it is.
Yeah, so with Bruce Lee, so let's go back to the controversial and listen to Michael J. White's words, because he said it a long time ago. I want to say 2013, 2012. That's when he went on Ricky Smiley's show and said he could beat Bruce Lee. And I remember their jaws were on the ground like, you could beat Bruce Lee? What? It's like, bro, why is Bruce Lee unstoppable? They act like he's the real life Luke Kane.
Yeah.
Luke Kane, like, he gonna hit you with the bicycle kick and then shoot that red stuff at you. And like, nah, bro, that only happened in the movies. Like, he's a human being with bones, tissue, and cartilage. But this is Michael J. White's original, addressing the original statement.
Bruce Lee.
Oh, I wish I didn't say that shit.
You could have beat Bruce Lee.
Oh, I wish I didn't say that shit.
Well, you know what's funny is just randomly, I was watching Enter the Dragon the other night. I'd forgotten how small Bruce Lee was.
Yeah, see, the thing is, I made a mistake.
What does he weigh, like 160 pounds or something?
No, 132.
132, there you go.
I mistakenly said that.
Tank weighed more than Bruce Lee. Tank's fight weight where he cut weight. He cuts down to Bruce Lee's heaviest walk-around weight. Let that sink in for a second.
I might be able to beat Bruce Lee.
Look,
I'll tackle
him. Vlad is definitely tripping.
Well, first.
The fact is, you know, I am one of these people who, like a lot of action people, start.
Now, this is interesting right here because he's going to absolutely tell the truth right here, all positive. This is the absolute truth why Bruce Lee's held to a higher standard and even himself. But it's so funny because he contradicts himself, because this is the truth. But then he'll say he's a fighter and that he could beat so-and-so and he sparred this guy. It's like, wait a minute. The same logic that you're using right now, which is true, why people hold Bruce Lee such in a high standard, and yourself, you know, you've never had a professional fight for us to see how good you are, see you tested under the lights. All you do is, quote unquote, spar people, you know, for a living. You never had a professional fight, so you can't even call yourself.
He has some competition fights. It's on YouTube.
There's a clip of Michael J. White out there as a teenager, and he's doing I'm talking about a competitive match, all positive. Not where they're in the gym. I'm talking about, you know, they train, they go to training camp, they go in there and they fight. Like formal fighting under the lights. Where there's ranking systems, there's belts you can fight for, where you really could test and see how good you really are. You know, because like I said, if he picked up the phone tomorrow and called Dana White, he could get a title shot. Dana White, same way CM Punk did, same way that Brock Lesnar got fast tracked. Michael J. White is a star. People know who he is. You know, that would be, people would want to see how good he is.
Michael J. White's in his 50s, man. He's like 55 or something. He's old now, man.
What's good, Angie? Yeah, I don't know. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think Michael J. White, I think he could pull it off in the UFC. I'm gonna just be honest with you.
Nah, man, he's too old, man. He's about 60, ain't he?
I don't know. I don't know what his age is. He's older.
He's definitely older than me. He's got me.
If he fights, he got to fight at super heavyweight though, because that's what Kim Shamrock.
He's definitely got over 10 years on me, so he's got to be at least 56.
They got to fight at super heavyweight. He got to put everything into his punches, because that's what Kim Shamrock used to hold a belt, right? At 50. If he's get a ring with them big guys, he could outspeed them big guys. And I don't know. Maybe this is me, you know, dwelling in the fantasy stuff I was talking about earlier. But listen to this, Alpha. This is a great explanation he came up with.
Or martial arts stars. I benefit by the belief that martial arts heroes can beat a whole slew of people. I benefit. My family gets fed behind that. So I can't hate on that very much. So that illusion of a martial artist being able to just beat up everybody.
Well, I think you said that at one point you beat up 5 guys at once.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not all myth.
Well, it's a different thing. It's a different thing. I hit real fucking hard. You know what I mean? Okay. So, and most people are not used to that shit.
Yeah. And you weigh how much?
225.
Yeah. So there you have it.
Yeah, and I've done it all my life. So it's a different thing. So, but if I'd said that amongst fighters, they'd completely understand. There's not one real fighter that would dispute what I said.
Right.
Because
220 pounder versus a 130 pounder.
Yeah. At the time I said I was 235, but it's like
100 plus pounds.
Exactly. And then somebody who is not a fighter. So even if it's amongst elite fighters, Floyd Mayweather is, and I'll defend this with anybody, is the most advanced fighter who ever lived. It should be no disputing.
Is he the most advanced fighter that's ever lived?
No. No.
Yeah, that's why I say there's a level of delusion to him as well.
Nah. No disputing that. But there's no freaking way in the world he's going to beat Mike Tyson. He could run across the street and dive off a table and punch Mike Tyson with all he has, and it's not going to affect him.
Yeah.
It's just physics. It's just not.
How ironic that they're going to be in the exhibition together.
Yeah. Floyd would beat him now.
So
Yeah, I agree.
When I say, oh yeah, it could have been Bruce Lee, I wish I didn't say that because he's my hero too.
Yeah.
But I said that against people's hero, and they weren't supposed to hear that. The fact is, I should be able to say I can beat Thor. The way I feel is like if I have to fight Thor, Thor's got to die. That's my attitude. So if Bruce Lee, and anybody else, from my perspective, they got to die.
Right.
But,
so, I mean, if I were to ask you, can you beat Floyd Mayweather right now?
What? Come on, Floyd. I mean, if you ask Floyd Mayweather if he could beat me, he would say no. I mean, he knows what a fighter. I mean, Floyd did. I mean, he did a great job with Conor McGregor. That is the heaviest person he ever had to fight.
Because Floyd weighs how much?
There was real danger there, but Floyd just he outsmarted him. I'm very fast. I'm unusually fast for.
You know how I punch unusually hard. I'm unusually fast. Like Michael J. White. Why you toot your own horn, bro? Why can't nobody really confirm these things? Why is I don't know.
A big guy.
Yeah, Floyd weighs 150 pounds.
Yeah. And Conor is more like 175. When you are under 200 pounds, though, 5 pounds makes a huge difference. But unless you're a fighter, you're not going to understand that.
Well, it says Conor McGregor says 154 pounds. Maybe he was heavier during that fight.
No, he was definitely heavier. He was so much bigger than Floyd. I mean, look at the skeleton. You know what I mean? A lot of times you take the flesh away. Look at the skeleton of the fighters.
All right. Let me see about
that. Really shows you what's really happening.
Okay, yeah.
But and it's so Floyd dismantled them the real smart way, but Floyd was in real danger because he's fighting a much bigger dude.
Yeah, getting hit with the wrong punch and boom.
Yeah, for real. So it's a different thing. I mean, Floyd's such a master, but it's different when you're you got that much difference of a weight.
So on top of you being able to beat Bruce Lee, you're now
I shouldn't have said that shit.
You're now saying you could also beat Floyd Mayweather.
Of course.
This is the new
Come on.
I can beat Bruce Lee and Floyd Mayweather. You might as well just say it at the same time.
But what? But Floyd wouldn't say he beat Conor McGregor in a street fight.
Yeah.
He wouldn't say that.
Yeah, kicking and so forth.
Yeah, because then you're saying fighting, you mean everything. It's like, come on. That's man, again, Floyd's the best boxer who ever freaking lived.
Ever freaking lived. All right, so that's enough of that. Michael J. White, he had that interview went up and down, right? It went from delusion to reality, back to delusion. So it went from, real fighters would understand weight classes, and we have weight classes for a reason. That's understandable. Then he said, I benefit off of the idea that a karate man could walk in and beat up everybody in the bar. Yes, you do. Then he went from that to, Bruce Lee's not a real fighter, and you are? What do you mean by that? Are you talking about sanctioned fighter? You talking about a fighter that fights in competition? You're not. You're 0-0, right? You talking about martial artists that trains for street fights? Well, Bruce Lee was exactly what you were. That does movies on the side. So why is Bruce Lee not a real fighter, but yet you are? That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. That's why I say. And then he was like, I'm extremely fast. I don't want to toot my own horn, but, I turn the light switch off. I'm in bed before the room goes dark. For a big man, that's very impressive. Like Michael J. White, shut up already. Now, with that being said, all positive. I don't know if you've seen this before. I've made this video before in the past. You ready?
Yep.
Michael J. White said that he could beat Mike Tyson. That's what I mean by delusional. So check this out. Oh, man. I ain't even share the thing. Hold on. Give me a second. Michael J. White said he could beat Mike Tyson. I'm like, bro, This is hilarious. So first he went on there. He said he could beat Bruce Lee. I agree with that. What's up, Kazi? I agree with that.
Same size.
Okay, here we
roughly
go.
the same weight and roughly the same age.
Right.
Number one, if you got a call to do the next exhibition match with Tyson, would you do it?
Of course.
Of course.
To box Mike Tyson? I would love that.
Here we go. This
I
is
would
a
love
Vlad
that.
TV world premiere.
No, just how
Michael Jai White agrees to box Mike Tyson.
Of course. Why would I not do something
You
like
would
that?
agree to it.
Are you
100%.
kidding? Like, why would I not?
Okay, so here's the next question.
To the people watching in the background, that's Mike Tyson at 53 years old, sparring in the background. We never even seen footage of Michael Jai White doing anything inside the ring, talking about what he would do to Mike Tyson.
Do you think you would win?
Yeah, of course I think I would win.
Okay, you can't kick him.
No, I know.
Let me just put that out there. It's not a UFC fight.
Right.
This is strictly boxing.
Yeah.
Boxing gloves, no groundwork.
Dude, if he whooped my ass, I would laugh at the whole scenario.
Who's getting beat up in the ring and laughs at them getting beat up? He just be saying stuff. I want to know the guy that's out there like he. Oh my gosh, I really took a beating that day. Like the only person I never heard of doing that is Goku in Dragon Ball Z. Nobody else. I've never heard of nobody else doing that. But this whole Michael Jai White, I'm humble, but I'm really a martial. He's like he does humble brag stuff. Spar John Jones, and then you go look at the sparring. You're like, man, this is not sparring, bro. You did not spar John Jones. Y'all just simulated fighting. This is not sparring. The intensity level was probably at a 3. But yeah, this is what Michael Jai White does. He does humble brags, and then he says stuff like, "Well, he pretends to be like he wants to be a better version of himself, and that's all he strives for, and that's why he wouldn't mind getting beat up in sparring." It's like, well, then why you never competed? With that attitude, that would have been perfect to become a championship fighter. With that attitude, because you wouldn't have been scared to fight anybody because you wouldn't have worried about the loss. You would essentially had the same mindset of a Henry Armstrong that was knocked out in his first fight and went on to be one of, if not the greatest fighter of all time. You have the perfect mindset. Why you never fought? But let's get more into this All Positive. I don't know if you've ever seen this All Positive. There's some good stuff right here.
Because, dude, man, I don't mind to be able to box Mike Tyson. I like living my life. I would never turn down an opportunity like that. Like, think about it, Vlad. I get in the ring with all these people. I've been boxing champions like, Layman Brewster. Like,
you've been sparring champion.
See,
you haven't actually gotten into a professional.
I love that Vlad provided clarity on that. I've been in the ring with no, brother. You've been sparring people, and they've been taking it easy on you. I got a story for you too, All Positive. After I reveal this, I got some more stuff that I love saying stuff All Positive that you might not know. You be like, I ain't know that, because you be knowing a lot. So this might be some stuff that you never knew about. So check this out.
Professional fight with these guys, right? Is that true though?
Here's what you don't understand. You understand sparring is fighting. When you get ready for a fight, you spar. Do you not?
You wear headgear though.
No,
right?
No, it depends. It depends on who you are.
And you usually have bigger gloves, right?
Yeah. Well, when you're fighting,
when you're sparring, you usually have headgear and bigger gloves.
You're fighting when you spar. Think about this for a second. Everybody who fights spars first.
Correct.
Some people spar at a fighting level.
Man, that's word salad. Everybody who's ever took a loss in the ring has drunk water. Like, it's just naming random stuff. Who cares? What about people like Ali, who used to have, fat camps and stuff like that, where, he would come out of shape and wouldn't do a whole lot of sparring. Tyson, for one fight, I think it was I think it was Tony Tucker, where he didn't do a lot of sparring because he was getting beat up by his sparring partners and he wasn't training like he was supposed to. But that's neither here nor there.
Some people spar at more of a control level. It's a gentleman's agreement. But
right,
that's just what it is.
But what I'm saying is, with a lack of headgear and lighter gloves, the potential for damage is much higher.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, of course. Especially just the whole scenario, the whole situation. Personally, like I've been one of those gym fighters. I love going to people's spot, and I feel like they're better in their own gym. So I've been a gym fighter for a long time. So yeah, I mean,
I'm positive. What the hell is a gym fighter?
I don't know. I guess it's one of those guys.
Fighters, he said all fighters spar before fights, right?
I guess it's one of those guys that are paid to paid sparring partners that go around from that people just have their sparring partners,
but they normally have professional records. Like they have.
Most guys do have professional records, so I don't know what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying?
He said, "I am a gym fighter." Like, bro, what? Did you just say everybody who fights spars? Wouldn't that make all fighters gym fighters? Like you're just making up. Just give yourself titles.
If I had a chance to, my preference is, hey, you getting ready for a fight, I'll go to your gym and spar you. That's what I've done that since I was a kid. I mean, and looking like I look forward to like being beaten. Basically, it's like every time I learn more of my defeats than my successes. Right? Like I always like to be wrong. Whenever I'm wrong, I learn something new. So same thing with in the ring.
Michael J. White is the most cockiest 0-0 fighter of all.
Hold on, before I let past scholar get on Michael J. White head, no Diddy. Let me just say, Michael J. White is hilarious, man. Making it seem like, I'm a gym fighter, and I like to go to a guy's gym where they're comfortable, and not only that, I give them the advantage, but I love when they beat me up because I learned it's like, bro, you're playing boxing, bro. At this point, you're playing boxing, and it's obvious to me. I don't know about everybody. Well, everybody else, that you're playing too. There are some people out there who don't understand physics and fighting that might be like, yeah, he might give Tyson a run for his money. That dude plays Spawn, but for the most part, nah. Now, I will say this. Michael J. White, Brandon Schaub had called out Michael J. White and kept calling him Spawn. I think he could beat up Brandon Schaub in a street fight. Brandon Schaub wasn't even a good heavyweight. I remember him from the Contender Show because that's the year Kimbo Slice was on Rampage. Jackson was a joke and was a coach.
He knocked out that the NFL that former football player, the black dude.
Yes, Marcus. The tall dude, Marcus something. I can't remember his name, but that dude was huge, bro.
Yeah.
No, that dude was, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That season, I didn't think anybody could beat him.
Yeah, he was dominating, man. He was strong. He was submitting everybody, man.
Bro, he was really good on the mat. Yeah. And then, he was like, I don't know. He was just good. He was just good. And I remember thinking then, bro, can anybody beat this guy?
Have a chance. Once you touch his chin, and after that, after he beat him, then I think he got knocked out again.
Yeah, he kept getting knocked out. Let me tell you the funniest thing about that. I learned a lot. I was in high school when that came out, and that's taught me size didn't mean anything in the sports. Technique over size any day of the week, and twice on Sunday. But I remember there was a guy in there named Meathead. He called himself Meathead. Matt Mitrione.
Yeah.
Matt Mitrione. And I'm horrible with names, and I can remember that. Matt Mitrione. Matt Mitrione was supposed to go. He was on Rashad Evans' team. He was supposed to go fight. Marcus. Mm-hmm. And he was scared because he thought Marcus was going to knock him out. So what he did is he went and revealed the game plan of what Rashad Evans had in store, so that they would have to mix it up and switch his opponent, right? And then everybody was like, "Bro, what? We know exactly what you're doing. You were scared of him." Then there was another episode where Matt Mitrione disabled somebody, like he messed up their retina or something, and they couldn't fight anymore. And then Marcus comes in the house and he's crying, like, give me a reason, and he's cussing and he's crying, and then everybody like, what the hell, like, what's going on? And Matt Mitrione was fearful for his life. I'll positive, when I tell you he ain't grabbed no shoes or nothing, Jesus, he was scared. He like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. He turned into,
he did beat him though. He beat.
I'm getting to that. Matt Mitrione was scared for his life. He was scared for his life. He was like, I don't know what's happening. Right? So fast forward, after the show was over, Kimbo Slice ended up fighting, I think, Matt Mitrione. I think Matt Mitrione fought Kimbo Slice, with the leg injury. Like, why would you reveal he had arthritis in his leg? Anyway, so he ends up beating Kimbo, and I think his next match was Marcus. He dropped him like fast.
Yeah. I remember that.
Dropped him fast, like knocked him out cold. He was like, I don't know. It was like, I was like, damn, bro, that is true. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. They be really, really big with small ass heads and can't take no punches.
Yeah, man. Like that, but like I said, if he had a chin though, he had chin and good defense stand up, man, he'd have had a pretty good career, man, because he was a strong guy, man. Very strong guy.
Okay, so let me let Scholar of the Past get on Michael J. White. So check this out.
All time. This man has no fight.
Hold up. Let me start over.
Like to be wrong. Whenever I'm wrong, I learn something new. So same thing with in the ring.
Michael J. White is the most cockiest 0-0 fighter of all time. This man has no fights. It's a professional sparrer talking about sparring people where they're best at, and that makes him a better person. You know what makes a lot of people better is athletic competition against the most elite fighters in the world. And Dana White would easily break a bag on you because of your star power coming into the sport. I want to see Michael J. White get into one MMA fight. You know what I mean? He's a good athlete. I mean, and he's really good with the philosophy and, techniques and stuff, but that doesn't mean competitively he could do it, you know what I mean, on an elite level. And I think he's full of cap. I think Mike Tyson would beat the shit out of Michael J. White. And he could never convince me, because he's never competed, that he would take an ass whooping from Mike Tyson in an exhibition, but he's never competed in a sport that he trains around year-round religiously. And then the guy that he actually got in the ring with, that he's trying to get credit for, was a guy that did not spar Mike Tyson like he claimed. That was all cap. But his actual box rec was 7-14 with 2 draws. This guy has been beat up multiple times, you know what I mean? And out of his 7 wins, he only knocked out 3 people. He was a kickboxing champion, and he's going to bring up his kickboxing altercation that he had with this guy and try to perpetrate it as a boxing match. And he was dazed by this guy. And you mean to tell me you were dazed by this guy and you think you finna go out there and beat Mike Tyson? Right now, I wish that fight could happen. I'd go put a grand on Mike Tyson and in a boxing match where you can't kick and use your athleticism. Mike Tyson would destroy you. This is the kickboxer that he tried to perpetrate as Godzilla, that he lost his exhibition match.
That'd be like a trophy for me.
Have you been knocked out in the ring?
No.
Never. Okay.
I got close. I got close. And
Now, for context, all positive, the guy in the background is the guy that he's talking about, the guy's record that I just showed, that had double the amount of losses as he did wins with 2 draws, right? And Michael J. White competed against him in a kickboxing match, not an actual boxing match. And this is the guy that said he wanted to spar Mike Tyson and he would enjoy getting beat up by him, but he has no professional fights. So here we go.
I learned my lessons early on. Like, you learn the best lessons from, those defeats. Yeah, I remember this dude, man. Oh, a guy who he fought Tyson too. Demetrius Oaktree Edwards. Yep, this dude, man, that was the closest to being knocked out I ever had. And it's long. I mean, I was young, I was slick, and I was like, Demetrius Edwards, man, he would hit people in the body. You could hear it across the arena. This dude had one of the hardest lefts. And so I was fighting him in Great Gorge, New Jersey. And I was like, I'm gonna slick this guy. I would be riding his punches back, right? Because I was faster. So he would throw that jab out. As soon as it's coming back, I'm on it, right? And what happened is there was a bunch of girls up in like the balcony area that was like screaming for me and everything, right? And so I was trying to be all slick, like looking at my man from like the periphery, being like this, like catch him like I'm not even looking at him. And he double jab up, and I thought that hand was coming back, and I ran into the second one. Bow! My friends that were there clown me to this day because I started to go down, and I grabbed an imaginary ladder as I was going down, right? Like, and they said I had a look on my face like this, like I was smirking, and I went like this, and I was down here, and the referee was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, and he said, they said I stood up. I can barely remember because everything was like blurry. He said I stood up, and what I do remember is when he said, "You okay? You okay to continue?" And they said I had the same smirk on my face, and I went like this. But I remember I said I was okay, but not okay to continue. But he said go, and I literally ran around that. I ran away, not no slick shit. I mean like this. It's the most embarrassing shit that ever happened to me. But that's Demetrius Oaktree Edwards, who was one of Tyson's sparring partners. And this is when I was like, damn, I was like 19, 20, something like that.
I mean, let's just take a moment to point out that this man's nickname is Oak Tree.
Yeah. And he looked like an oak tree. He looked like an oak tree. Yeah, Demetrius Oak Tree Edwards. You pull it, and he did martial arts as well. But he was a boxer. I don't know if he fought Tyson. I know he sparred, but I know they fought at one time.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Man, so are you aware of that story?
I never knew about the story. I never heard it before. I never knew I never heard anything about that. And I'm trying to figure out who's that guy he's talking about that fought Tyson.
He never fought Tyson. I've
seen all Tyson fight. I've seen all of them. I don't know who that is that he's talking about, man.
Yeah, he didn't fight Tyson. I put it at the end of the video. I said he never fought Tyson. Never even sparred him. I don't know why like I said, it adds to the legend and the myth. He fought the guy that fought Tyson.
I've seen all Tyson's fight from Hector Mercedes up to Kevin McBride. I've seen all of them.
Yeah, he was just talking. But what's good, Queen? I'll pause it. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me see. It was a fight. I want to say it wasn't Lionel Butler. What was the guy's name? Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go to my Instagram real quick because Michael
fought. I think he fight Lennox Lewis.
Was it Butler? I can't remember. Michael J. White used to actually spar a fighter, and I wrote him, and I said, "Bro, how good is Michael J. White?" And he was like, basically like, he said he's an excellent fighter. I said, I'm not talking about overall, because to a boxer, a guy that knows grappling is gonna appear superior in general, even if he's a brown belt or whatever in jiu-jitsu, I said, no, I meant, what is his sparring like? And he was like, he didn't answer at first, right? It took a while. He took a couple of days, and he was like, he's a decent boxer. And I was like, so let's be honest. During y'all sparring sessions, what percent would you go? He said 20%.
Yeah. That's why when we saw Chris Van Heerden, when he saw him sparring against Conor McGregor, and he was putting the beats on him, and he wasn't even going 40%, not even going halfway. And you know who Chris Van Heerden is? He's known for getting knocked out by Errol Spence. As one of Errol Spence victims, and one of those easy fights. But when he was sparring Conor McGregor, he was beating him up pretty bad. It was like he wasn't even trying to. And it was leading up to his fight with Floyd Mayweather. I'm like, man, y'all really think this guy's gonna beat Mayweather? Like, come on now.
I'm gonna be honest with you, all positive. I'm gonna be honest with you. Somebody said Michael J. White is a fraud and that Mike Perry would have beat him. I think he would have stretched Mike Perry. I think he would have stretched Mike Perry. Did you hear about their beef?
Nah, I didn't.
So this is why I agree with the statement that he said that Michael J. White is a fraud. So Michael J. White just said that he likes sparring, he likes the best of himself and all of this stuff. So Mike Perry, for some reason, he's crazy. He's like Nate Diaz. Like, they're just crazy, you know? And Mike Perry got mad because Michael J. White, was telling everybody that he was beating up Kimbo Slice in sparring. This man always got a superior sparring story for you. So Mike Perry basically told him, first off, he called him nigga, and he basically told he'd whoop his ass basically. And Michael J. White responded with like, I'm not hard to find, and or something like that. And it's like, bro, but wait a minute. You say, you hit really hard for your size, you're really fast for your size, all this stuff. And y'all never ran into each other. You never went to his gym. He's fought in bare knuckles.
Well, that was like Wesley Snipes, Joe Rogan thing they had going on for years, man.
Yo, and I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Michael J. White is what you call it. He's annoying. He's annoying to a degree. Like, he told a story on Vlad, and he was like, I thought I was gonna have to fight Mike Tyson one day. And we're like, what? He's the Fat Joe of martial arts. He always got a story. And his story is always, him about to beat somebody up really badly. He was like, yeah, God. He basically said that they were at a party and Mike came up to him and was like, hey, I heard you was talking stuff about me. And he was like, yeah, I was. And Mike just busted out laughing. I'm like, bro, that's your story? Mike Tyson joking with you? Like, this dude just be looking for glory stories. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all about the time that, I almost had to beat up Blade on set with Wesley Snipes. Like, bro, what? But I'm not gonna lie to you. Michael J. White, listen, Joe Rogan talked about this man being a legit martial artist. He definitely can kick. Like, his technique and everything, he just don't compete. He don't have it in him to actually go out there and really compete. But he does know techniques and stuff. You heard the story about him kicking the bag off the chain, right?
Yeah, I did hear that.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie.
The thing about street fights and kicks, you're only gonna get one kick. So you better make it count. If you hit it, you good. But if you miss it, you're gonna be in a world of trouble.
Somebody said, you got to be kidding me. These two trying to fight each other. You got to be young. If Michael J. White could pull off the trick of fighting Bruce Lee at this age and Bruce Lee being dead, man, it's true. He's the Messiah. He's the Messiah of fighting. Or maybe talking about Tyson. Hopefully he's talking about Tyson. No, he's talking about...
I think Tyson, he's not that. I'm sure. I don't know Michael J. White, but he's got to be about 55 years old. He's at least 55.
Somebody said 57.
Okay, well, he's 3 years younger than Mike Tyson. Well, 2 years younger than Mike Tyson. But yeah, he's up there too. But Mike got a little bit more wear and tear on his body than Michael J. White. Like you said, Michael J. White, he hasn't fought. He's not a fighter. And so yeah, and he doesn't have that on his resume. So yeah, Mike lived in the gym since he was 13.
Man, Mike Tyson would destroy this guy. I don't even think it would be close, I'm gonna just be honest with you. It wouldn't even be close. But let me show you this. Alpaz. So this is him and Mike Perry's beef.
Well, our last interview made some noise, like usual.
Yeah.
There was a part we talked about how Shaolin monks are not as authentic as people think they are.
Right.
How they're just manufactured by China.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually had a bunch of Shaolin monks like message me, want to get on the show to counter what you said.
Okay.
Prove you wrong and so forth. They're like, we respect Michael, but what he's saying is not true and so forth.
You could Google it. I mean, I'm not saying nothing that deep. You could Google that shit. I mean, there's a reason why you've never seen a movie where there's Shaolin monks in a car. There's a reason. That's because it burned down 400 years ago. There's no argument to that. I know it's like, hey, okay, I'm sorry it hurt your feelings, but I happen to be speaking to people who like can use the knowledge of saying, oh wow, that's interesting. I think it's fascinating about just human nature. It fascinates me. It fascinates you that people want to believe in something that's a little bit more supernatural. They want to believe ninjas can do magic. It's fun. They want to believe Bruce Lee could beat up everybody. It's fun. I get it. But there's another side that's reality. That's like, hey, I'm not trying to shit on what you're doing. I'm just saying, hey, it's interesting when you look at it like this. That's just what it is. And you can be upset about it, or you can just research it, man. This is the world of Google.
Right.
Well,
in another part of that interview, you talked about Kimbo Slice and working with him and so forth.
Yeah.
And a UFC fighter that I never heard of named Mike Perry was upset over some of the things you said. And, Mike Perry's a white guy.
Yeah.
And he called you a bitch ass N-word.
Yeah.
On Twitter and stood behind it.
Yeah, listen. I mean, let me tell you, I've gone to people's gyms and been like, what's up? In a second. I basically looked into it and I said, let me check on this. And then I realized, oh, my man is not well. In my YouTube channel, right? I have an assistant named Alan Joban, who is a UFC fighter. And I've trained with Alan for, I help him out. Alan beat the shit out of Mike Perry. You could look at it. It's like, he beat the hell out of Mike Perry. Mike Perry is it's kind of jacked up because on one level, why I chose not to speak about anything else, because my man, he doesn't know anything. He may have a friendship with Kimbo Slice and he feels like I disrespected Kimbo. I didn't. I never told what Kimbo actually did say to me, all right? Which is, you ask Icy Mike, who was with Kimbo all the time. And when me and Kimbo would try to train together, if I said what Kimbo actually said to me, he'd really be pissed off. But Kimbo didn't have ego. He was really trying to learn what he needed to do to become a better fighter. People like Bosch Rutten tried to help him out, try to get him the skills to get him on that next level. Yeah, I sparred with Kimbo. I like to talk about how somebody clowned me or like what people did against me that was good. Like I even mentioned in that same thing where one time me and Billy Blanks were clowning around and he swept me and hit me before I hit the ground. We were clowning around, we having fun. And I'll brag about how one of the worst sparring matches I ever had was with Mike Bisping, and I ran out of gas after the first round. But like I don't like to sound like I can beat the hell out. I won't talk about that stuff so much. That's weak. But this whole thing with this guy Mike Perry, there's part of me that goes, man, my heart goes out to fighters. They put their butts on the line. But once that crowd dies down, a lot of these fans, I say, hey man, check on them then, because that's when they really need your support. I feel like Mike Perry, I hope, even though he said that N-word thing, and if I see him, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I would love to see that dude. He doesn't know what he's. Let me just.
Because he's actually offering to fight you.
Listen.
He said, so fight me or pay me.
He's an idiot. Okay. He's an idiot.
Well, and he weighs.
It's like he's so out of. I'm like, look, if he could stop, I could tell him what I'm going to hit him with. He can't stop it.
Okay. And let me just say, he weighs 170 pounds and you weigh
230.
So you got 50 pounds on him, which is not everything, because I weigh more than him and he could whip my ass, right? But I'm not a fighter.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. When you don't have the weight, I mean, it's a whole big difference. I mean, like, come on, man. I fight heavyweights that can hit me full blast. So you like way less, and you think you're gonna hurt me? You it's like, okay, yeah. So let's just box. You think you could? Oh, you can stop. You can stop it. Like you can stop what I'm doing. Okay, let's see. Let's have it. I could do, but it's like, is that worth my time? Is that worth my time?
Okay, so what happens if you run into him?
See, now all positive. It went from I like to test the best of myself. I like to get my butt whooped. To is it really worth my time? It sounds like in the interview he's trying to convince us to why he's not gonna go over there and prove he's really a legitimate guy. It's like, bro, you train fighting, you sparred John Jones, you like to get your butt whooped, you like to compete, you like embarrassing moments, and then you have a guy who calls you out, and he's a smaller guy, and then he challenges you to fights and stuff, and your response is it really worth my time? I just can't respect that. I can't. It's the one time to do what you're supposed to do. You a fighter, and Bruce Lee not, according to you. And a guy challenge you to a fight, and you say, "Is it really worth my time?" I can't get jiggy with it. Michael J. White obviously has a dude in a chat. Bishop. I think Bishop might be a huge Michael J. White fan. And I understand why. Like I said, as far as knowledge goes and teaching techniques and stuff, he's really good at that. But as far as actually competing against high elite level guys, he doesn't have a history of that. And we're talking about, real competition where there's belts and sanctioned bodies and rankings. He doesn't have any of that. That's why he said, well, I sparred the guy that fought Kimbo Slice or that fought Mike Tyson. Like, he has to go off of that. Why do you have to be legitimized by guys that fought other legitimate guys? Just fight a legitimate guy. But all positive. I have some actual footage of Bruce Lee. And didn't you say Bruce Lee wasn't that fast? All positive. You got to elaborate on that. You don't get my channel shut down. Now.
I didn't say he wasn't that fast. I'm just telling you what they said. Like,
hold on, who is they?
I forgot his name. Like, if you give me some time, I can find the guy's name. But it was other martial artists, black belts. It was like he was looking at Bruce Lee, and he was telling his people like, "Yo, this guy isn't as fast as he looks on TV." And he was explaining to him, he's like, "This guy isn't that fast." And they did a little exhibition together. They did a little live exhibition in front of people together. He was a black belt too. He was a black guy. And Wesley Snipes, head of security, I forgot his name. He was a grandmaster as well. But he was there. He witnessed the thing as well. What happened with it? So yeah, Bruce Lee was pretty fast. He was fast, but there are faster people. There were faster people. Like a lot of people, we know Floyd Mayweather is a better fighter all time than Zab Judah, but Zab Judah is a faster fighter. He had faster hands than Mayweather. That's not a statement. It's just outrageous right there. That's not an outrageous statement. It's the truth.
Okay, take this out. This Bruce Lee on the heavy bag. Tell me what you think.
I've seen that clip before, but like I said,
that's awful technique. That's awful technique. Pushing his punches, that is awful.
Take me at my peak, and I was walking around like 170, squeezing down to 165. 165 was the amateur. I was fighting 165. There's no way that guy at 130, 5'7", 132 is going to beat me in a boxing ring. Now, I'm not saying I'm not beating Bruce Lee in a street fight. No way. But if you take that guy with that technique, 5'7", ain't no way Bruce Lee beating me when I was an amateur at my peak.
Look at him hopping off the ground. This is an awful technique. That's awful. He's not even putting his punches together. He's just throwing them.
5'11".
Y'all don't think it? What are y'all? Y'all don't think Ip Man was a real movie?
Bro, I hope you joking. I'm
just asking. Y'all don't think that was
no? I'm just telling. Bro, it's a movie. What are you talking, bro? Did you just ask me is a movie real? You didn't do that. You didn't do that, bro.
I did.
Bro, no. What the? It's a fucking movie. Are you serious?
But that's how Bruce Lee. But that's how Bruce Lee's life went. He was trained by a nigga that could like.
Bro, you know Mike
fight
Tyson
10
was in
niggas
one of
at
the
a
Ip Man
time.
movies, right?
Yeah, I remember Mike Tyson. Exactly, exactly.
How can
My
it be
point.
real if Mike
Even
Tyson was
Mike
in?
Tyson went over there and fought the nigga.
Bro, bro, I can't, bro. I can't, bro. I can't, bro. Bro, I can't, bro. What are you talking
What are
about,
you
bro?
talking about?
Bro, you gotta stop eating them
So you
edibles
didn't see
before you
Mike
come
Tyson
up here.
fight the nigga? Is Mike Tyson not a historical nigga?
Basically.
Is Mike Tyson not a historical nigga?
Bro,
Was he not in that film fighting Bruce Lee's teacher?
Bro,
God
film. What are you, bro? It's a film. There's stunt doubles and bro, what are you so that means
Based
Jackie Chan
on a
can really
true
kick ass.
story, correct?
No, bro.
Yeah.
Based on a real person, those were all made up stories. Nobody even know, bro. You really believe Ip Man was just over there fighting 5 and 6 people, bro?
Bruce Lee's
You really believe that?
Bruce Lee was
Now look at it. This is real bag right here. You see this? That's how you work a heavy bag. Look at it. Look at the ripples in the bag. Look, wow. He had the bag on one side and the other side ripple. You see that? That's real power.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. In reality, all these kung fu boys get put to bed like easy.
But the Ip Man movie is real. See, that's why I say you be all over the place, bro. Do the edibles either
it's
during the
real
show
in my
or after the show. Yo, Bishop said he never wanted to fight for competition, but just for the pleasure, for competition, the pleasure of others.
Different type of nigga.
Listen, all that stuff sound good, you know. He never really wanted to fight for the pleasure of others and all that stuff. He never wanted to face what he had to face in the ring because it's hard to face
when he
somebody.
faced Chuck Norris?
Bro,
In
that
Raw?
was a movie, bro.
When he fought them
Bro, mention the
gangsters?
movie one more time, bro. Bro, mention the movie one more time. I'm finna put your ass backstage, bro. Bro, that was a movie, bro.
Chuck Norris was a real fighter as well. Chuck Norris, he had competition. Chuck Norris was a real guy. Like
Man, let me tell you something. He put hands on Chuck Norris. That's all I'm just saying.
But no, let me say this, Marky, because you distracted me from this point, bro. This the reality of it, bro. Competition is really hard. Like just doing track and field, because you get nervous. You got your family watching and stuff like that. Combat sports is the hardest because it's unnatural. Michael J. White has never competed because he doesn't want to face his nerves. It's just as simple as that. He don't want to go out there and prove he's the best under the pressure of that. Saying I don't want to fight for others, but then tell everybody you spar John Jones is kind of like contradicting yourself. Why tell us about you sparring John Jones if you don't do it for the clout or the love, only to learn and get better? And what are you getting better for?
Like,
because hold on. What are you getting better for? What are you getting better for? Because when Mike Perry, a white man, called you nigga, you didn't pull up and use all them skills that you learned from all these experiences that you had. So what are you getting better for?
Yeah. So you can look better in movies and do cool tricks on podcasts and shit.
Yo, Blood and Bones is probably one of the best Michael J. Because his
listen, Boxing Scholar. Michael J. White is an icon. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like the way how you trashing on his brother. You know what I'm saying? This man who's made so many impactful movies.
Movies. First off, bro, you could have made me do this, bro. I really didn't want to do this, but you brought this out. Michael J. White might be one of the worst actors in Hollywood. This man has no range, bro.
Yeah.
And Spawn, all he kept doing is saying Wanda, bro. He would like be walking down the street, trip over the curb, like, Wanda! Yes, anything for Wanda. Everything was Wanda, bro. No range, no nothing, bro.
You remember
Michael J. White?
You remember when
bro,
he was in Blood and Bone?
That's the best movie he ever did, bro. Blood and Bone.
You remember he was in the bathroom with them three niggas, and they were talking about,
bro, where you going with this, bro?
And he
hold on,
put
where you going with
hands
this,
and feet on all three of them niggas.
I'm finna play what Marky
it?
Dan is talking about, and then I'm gonna show why we need, why Trump loves the poorly educated. Because he out here believing Michael J. White could really do this in real life.
think Michael J. White got some skills though. He ain't no
man. Michael J. White whooped some real ass
in a street fight. He's got
Why do you think that, Marky Dan?
Huh?
Why you think he could?
Oh, because he got all these black belts and all that. I mean, he just looked like it. He fit the part.
Okay, well let me give you some quiz, Marky
black,
Dan, since you a historian.
nigga.
You're a historian. What black belt has ever transferred over to a UFC champion or a what you call it champion? A boxing champion. Name some.
US
It gotta
Holly
be one.
Holmes. Holly Holmes.
Yeah, Holly Holm was a boxing champion, and she went and came to
Yeah,
UFC.
and now she's back in boxing. She's competing for a title right now. She just put a girl to sleep.
Holly Holm is my favorite female.
Exactly.
Fighter.
I just proved your
So
point
I was a
wrong,
Holly
Boxer
Holm
Scholar.
before she got to the UFC. I still got DVDs.
I just proved you wrong, Boxer Scholar. You were wrong. You were
There are few
wrong.
fights between that. Ain't that many. Holly Holm, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Holly Holm is one of them ones.
I like Holly Holm. She did a world of favor. She did a world of favor.
Marky Dan, you just like her because she white. Let's be honest.
By getting rid of.
I mean, I like her because she put her foot to Ronda Rousey's head and put her to bed.
You ready? You ready to see some realistic stuff right now, Marky Dan?
Yeah.
First off, the producer was smart for getting Kimbo Slice for this scene because it adds to it because he does it like an inmate.
See this motherfucker right here? This motherfucker think he's special. You understand what I'm saying? They kind of tight too. That shit don't mean nothing around here though, player. I've seen a whole lot of belt motherfuckers get their ass bent over.
Is that Richard Jefferson?
You understand what I'm telling you?
No, that wasn't RJ. That was just a random dude.
Yeah. I'm talking to you, partner. You got to the count of 5.
Marky Dan, you believe that if 3 dudes walked up and a dude turned around and said you got to the count of 5 with baby oil on his muscles, that it's a real life, legitimate threat and situation? You think he comes out on top?
Yes. If that person is Michael J. White.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, let's keep going then.
This motherfucker talking to me. 1. You hear this motherfucker? 2. You hear this motherfucker? 3. You just signed your own death certificate, player.
Ooh, definitely realistic, Marky Dan.
Oh,
look, Marky Dan. And after he takes the ice pick,
that nigga was the boxing scholar. Did you see the speed on that kick?
Marky Dan, see, that's how I know you're not even, bro. I went and bought the DVD, so I seen the behind the scenes of them, practicing this and rehearsing all this stuff. It's really funny that you think that this is real. But check this out, Marky Dan. So after he takes the ice pick,
go back.
no, I ain't rewinding it, bro. One time through, bro, because they probably gonna make me edit it out of my show anyway. I ain't trying to get copyright stuff. But look, check this out. So after that, Marky Dan, after he takes the ice pick from his hand and it sticks it in his shoulders, and then roundhouse kicks him, he goes back to the seat and then grabs a shirt, because everybody knows shirts are the greatest weapons that God ever created, right? And Kimbo Slice is just laying down there powerless after being stabbed in the arm. It disabled the rest of his body, and then smacks a guy in the face with the shirt, and then kicked him, right? And then he takes the shirt after he does that, Marky Dan, and then he throws it on the next guy's face. Oh my goodness, Marky Dan, that's so realistic.
Are you seeing this?
Yo, this is the baddest part about the whole sequence right here, and it was a move that Billy Blanks put on him, right here.
Oh yeah.
That move right there, he said Billy Blanks put that move on him.
Oh, yeah, nuts. Yeah, leg kick.
All right, that's enough of this.
Roundhouse.
That's enough of this, Marky Dan. I don't need you going out there misguiding the youth talking about this stuff is
I
real.
don't know what the hell you're talking about. We need to train our young men to anything.
Combat what? Combat what?
Fascism, mainly.
Fascism. That's the one way to fight fascism, with hands and feet and t-shirts.
Yeah. Did you hear what JD Vance said? He said if he was Mike Pence, he wouldn't have certified the election. These people are in charge now, Boxing Scholar. It's coming. They already got 2028 caps.
Yo, I'm
what
positive.
Comes next?
I'm positive. This is the future right here. What the hell is he talking about?
This
What
is
the
the
hell,
future.
What the hell, JD Vance got to do with anything? It man
The
just be
vice
talking,
president has to certify the election.
bro. You just be looking for reason to bring up politics. Who
I
wins
mean,
in Bruce
nah.
Lee
You
versus?
asked me
Hold on.
why
So
we
let
need
me
to
ask you,
why
because
we
you the
need to
expert
train
at
the
this.
young men of our nation
Hold on, you the expert at this, Marky Dan. Who wins, Bruce Lee or Michael J. White? They both actors, and I know you believe both
Michael
what
J.
they do
White.
is real. Why do you pick Michael J. White?
He'd beat Bruce Lee to death, man. I just think Michael J. White. When I look at their technique, I think his combinations are more compact. Not only that, I maybe like Bruce Lee might have faster feet. You know what I'm saying? He might be slightly faster, because he's smaller. Michael J. White probably outweighs Bruce Lee by at least 100 pounds. So he'll probably put him to bed with
This is
one
Bruce
shot
Lee
to his
actually
chin.
doing
Or
something close to
not only
sparring.
that, the leg kicks would be brutal. I don't think they practice leg kicks in what they call that shit, Winshin Ko or whatever the fuck.
Juke King
Yeah,
Do.
Juke King Do or whatever the fuck.
Now they practiced it.
Excuse me, no, they don't practice checking leg kicks.
No.
They don't.
So
They
okay,
don't
so look,
practice.
so you got to slow down. Juke King Do is what he invented, but he wanted to incorporate mixed martial arts of everything. So he trained boxing too as well. So he practiced leg kicks. So I'm just adding proper perspective.
Man, those little
I
legs
I
will
agree
break
with you.
apart under
Hey,
the
I
tree
agree
trunk
with
that
you, but
is.
you got to be 100% factual. You can't skip around facts just to make your point.
I mean, I Kung Fu is not known for they're not known for checking leg kick. That's all I'm saying, brother. I don't know that discipline to be known for that. But hey,
So
you
look,
say it is,
I
I
asked a
respect
question a
it.
while ago, Marky Danny. Even though you couldn't answer, somebody answered. They said Machida, Wonder Boy, and Islam. Is that Izzy?
Who?
All have black belts. Machida had a black belt.
That went
Machida,
on to
and you know
become
what's?
boxing champions?
I mean, look what John's. Yeah. Machida actually was a real life.
Lyoto
Correct.
Machida was
Yeah,
a
bro. You didn't know that?
no, I didn't know that.
Bro,
I had no
I
clue.
don't even watch you. Let me show you this. But you feel
No,
laugh.
I know Lyoto Machida is a UFC champion. He's not. I didn't know he was a boxing champion.
And that's why I say you for the laugh. You know why?
Why?
Because you've been smoking, and I'm finna show you. Bro, relax, bro. Relax,
Hey,
bro. Why you always on 10, bro?
tournament
Relax.
there, man. It's a tournament there.
Hold on. Let me show you this, Marky. Then you for the laugh, bro. You for the laugh, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Lyoto Machida was doing really good against John Jones.
Yeah, until he got strangled.
Yeah. He was literally out on his feet.
Nah, like if there wasn't a referee in that cage with them, John Jones would have taken that man's life.
Yeah, he would have.
Like, I don't have any doubt in my mind.
I didn't even know he was unconscious until the ref told him to let him
No,
go.
that's why you need a good referee.
I didn't even know what was going on.
Watch
And
this.
then John Jones just dropped like that shit where he walked off on Machida after he just dropped it. That's one of the coldest. Like John Jones is a piece of shit, but God,
That was
like he's a
disrespectful.
one
That
of
was
one.
disrespectful.
He is a
Yeah,
one of one.
yeah, that was disrespectful. And he also took steroids too. Let's not gloss past that.
I mean, picogram.
They all in
Picogram,
UFC take steroids.
picogram.
Man, if you don't stop. But let's check this out, Marky Dan. This Lyoto Machida, right? And his karate master. Watch this. This is after he won. I remember this, bro. I remember he was watching one of his UFC fights ringside.
Did he
That
put
dude with
somebody
the
to
long
bed?
that dude with the
Oh
long
yeah, I
chin.
know him. I think he's
That
a
dude,
boxing champion.
yeah, that dude with the long chin, bro. The never ending. He like that dude that was on the Fairly Odd Parents with that chin.
I think he's in Parliament right now, and there's actually a right wing shift going on in Japan, and he's going to be the prime minister in a couple of months.
That's interesting if they make that long chin dude anything. But look,
This shit is just amazing when you look back just through history, and now pop stars are running the world.
celebrities.
Well,
But look,
anyways, what am I looking at? I'm looking at some
just
grappling.
wait. Just wait. Just Lyoto Machida wins. Right? Lyoto Machida
Somebody about to
wins.
get put to bed.
Just much.
Nothing new with pop stars running the world. I mean, A lot of people forget that Ronald Reagan was an accomplished actor in Hollywood.
Slap.
Facts.
He just got up and slapped the hell out of him, and they acted like life
I
goes
remember
on.
this. That's supposed to be like a sign of respect.
Yeah, he showed me. I'm gonna show him some respect
one
too.
time, yeah.
He would have ever got up and put hands on me. They would have to peel me off of him to this day right now, bro. It's a new joke. It's a new joke going around, Leo. Peter. What did the 5 figure say to the face? Slap, bro. He just hauled off and slapped the hell out of him, bro. He was trying to knock Machida out, bro. There's nothing respectful about this, bro. He slaps him, bro. He slaps him. And when he doesn't get the response that he wants, he follows up again. Like he reaches out like good match. Psych. Comes back with the left. Bam. And then didn't get the reaction he liked. Like this, bro. And then he follows up with the right. Oh, you don't want to go down?
The right hand. Watch my guys' feet set.
Bro, that's a fist, bro. That was a fist. That was not a slap, bro. Look at this. Bro, he cocked it back on him. Look, that's a fist. Bro, he was trying to knock Lyoto out, bro.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah. Long story short, Lyoto Machida.
No, but listen, boxers. This guy, he is one of these right-wing Japanese fascists from the 30s and 40s. But that's what Japan is going back to. That's what they want to be back to. Seppuku and, upper class and lower class and military rule and shit. So he's bringing it all back. So slapping the shit. I remember I once saw Putin in the middle of like a big press conference get up, smack the shit out of one of his ministers, and sit right back down. And didn't nobody do nothing to him. That's what this man is. That's the power he had back then. And think about the power he's about to attain in a couple of months, Boxing Scholar.
That's crazy work. That dude tried to knock Machida out, bro. So to add to what the dude said, he said
Lyoto Machida, Boxing Scholar. Imagine he do that to Lyoto Machida.
Right?
He can do that to anybody.
Yeah, that's true. That's like John Jones getting his hand raised and then Dana White just hauling off and trying to knock him out, saying it's a sign of respect. Like that's crazy. No, it's an ego build for you that you got to slap one of the baddest people in the world and nothing happened. Like so you can get your grandkids to like gather around. Let me tell you about the time I slapped the shit out of Machida after he run that fight. Let me tell you something. He had it coming. It was we get what it is, but you know what's really crazy?
Say that's a traditional samurai ritual.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you, traditionally samurais would die fucking with me. That's just tradition. If they would slap me and try to knock me out for no apparent reason, that tradition would have ended that day.
I mean, those people were fascists, Boxing Scholar. There's nothing you could do.
Yo, but what I was gonna say is, even with that being said, he named 3 black belts that became UFC champs. And what's really interesting? I remember the argument that karate didn't work in UFC because Joe Rogan used to always talk about this. And I think he even had a couple debates on his podcast about this. And, a lot of people would talk about this and say that it doesn't work. And the one person they would always, you could pull up Bishop, go to my community wall and hit the link that says pull up. Did I put it on there today? I put it on there, right?
Yo.
What happened?
Man, Wanderlei Silva had a fight tonight, right?
What? Really?
He had a boxing match against I used to call him Poo Poo Freitas. You remember?
Oh man, he about to get put to bed. He had a glass jaw 10 years ago.
This is what happened. After the fight, they got in a brawl in the ring, and Wanderlei Silva got knocked out after the fight in a brawl.
Oh my goodness! Let me put this on. Why nobody talked about it? This is crazy.
No, it just happened. We don't
really be tapped into the MMA media community that much, man.
UFC people keep coming over to boxing and embarrass themselves for a check because Dana White don't play them.
After the fight.
I know. I hear you.
Dana White paid Wanderlei Silva $10 million over the course of 4 years.
Get out of here. He ain't paid him
that. That is a fact.
Bro, he ain't paid him that.
I'm not trying to hear that. Not only that, he was a fucking juice head if there ever was one.
Oh, yeah, he definitely was.
Exactly.
Yo, Bishop, if you want to pull up, all you got to do is go to my channel. go to my community tab, and it's gonna say pull up.
I don't
think about all the money he made with the
seen
Japanese over there when he was killing niggas in Pride.
I've never seen that in a fight, man.
You remember when he put Rampage Jackson to bed?
Bro, what? Yes, everybody know that, bro. Bro, I'm looking at the. I'm about to put it. Hold on, I'm about to put it on right now. Bro, I'm looking at it. It's that's crazy. A brawl. He ends up with Wanderlei Silva knocked out. How you get knocked out in the brawl? That is, bro. That is hilarious. That is hilarious.
That's crazy, man. That is crazy, yo.
Crazy, bro.
Dang, people keep putting it in shorts. Okay, let me just type in his name.
Yep, UFC is cheap as fuck. The fighters, they only get 18% of the generated revenue. It's because they don't unionize. They don't say.
And Dana White's never gonna. That's why he made sure the Muhammad Ali Act wasn't in place over there. He's never gonna let them unionize.
I mean, it's not that it's not in place. It's just that the language.
No.
There's going to be it's just that
He
the
removed
language
it.
is
I asked ChatGPT.
unenforceable.
He
Because it
removed
says
bro.
boxers. It doesn't say unarmed combatants.
I get what you're saying.
It specifically says
It should say
boxing
fighters.
cannot be a league. It specifically says boxing cannot what'd you say, nigga?
It should say fighters. Bro, relax, bro.
I'm just asking.
Bro, why so aggressive,
I
bro?
love you to death, Box Scout.
Why you so aggressive, bro? All I said is it should say fighters. That would have solved all that.
I mean,
I think
the specific
here we go.
language should be
I found
unarmed combatants so that it could cover everybody.
Okay, I found it. Yo, this is insane. This man got knocked out in the fight after the fight.
Bed.
So how did he do in the actual fight? All positive?
I didn't see it. I didn't see the fight. I'm assuming he already lost because Freitas had jumped on the rope and celebrating. I didn't look at the fight. It was an exhibition. I didn't care about it.
Yo, so anybody who wants to pull up, all you have to do is hit the community wall. And let me see, I'll drop it in here. If you got a laptop, all you got to do is click the link from the chat. But it won't work if you got a phone. You know, you'll have to type it into your URL. Hold on, give me a second. There we go. For anybody that wants to pull up. Boom, there we go. What is this? Melee? I don't even know what's going on.
Good night.
What's going on? All positive? Where's Wanderlei? Oh, there he is.
I don't know.
There he is. You're right there.
I don't know anything. I don't know.
That's why he got knocked out. Look, he trying to wind up to sucker punch somebody.
Hold on. I'm coming right back. I'm gonna get on Safari so I can zoom in.
I'm gonna play short. I just want, bro, that security guard right there, the one knocked him out. Look, you can tell by look where he reached. He reached halfway to the center of the logo of the ring and cocked all the way back and punched. Bro, this is a train versus a pillow.
Oh, jeez. Put them to bed.
Yeah.
The Wanderlei Silva get put to bed.
Bro, how you get knocked out in the skirmish, bro? That's crazy. Bro, look at these guys. Been at the center of the ring like Rocky and Creed. That dude did a spitted back fist. Yo, this you, Marky, did?
Yes. Take the other one up out of here.
I'm finna kick both of them
up out of here.
I'm finna kick both of them up out of here.
Get them out of here. There you go.
Nah, he wasn't knocked out all positive. He ain't knocked out yet.
Hold on. Replay it. Where's where? Okay, I see Wanderlei over there in the green trunks, putting up his gloves, ready for some more fighting. He's walking forward. Who's his opponent? Who is he squaring up to?
Oh, he fought Acelino. I used to call him. His name is Popo.
No, I'm not saying his opponent like for the event. I'm talking about who the hell is he squaring up to currently?
I have no idea.
Nobody. He ran over and then got punched in the back. Yeah, I don't think he got knocked out.
Replay the knockout. I didn't see it. Replay it.
He ain't knocked out. He's still fighting. Maybe it ain't happened yet.
Where did he get punched?
Hold on, bro. Maybe he get knocked out. Let me watch it all the way through, and then I'll go back.
Did he get snuck?
Yeah, he did, but he's still up. He's still up. That's what I'm saying. He might have not got knocked out just yet. Let me see, because they still going.
Oh my God. That's a lot of man in that ring, but Boxer Scholar.
There you go. I see it. I see it.
Oh.
I seen it. I seen it just there. There it is. I seen him
Replay it
melting.
one more
I seen him
time.
melting. I seen him melting. Right there. Bro, oh my God, that was bro, I ain't gonna lie. That dude right there, that's that same dude that threw that punch from the center of the ring.
God.
I don't know what he had against Wanderlei Silva.
Oh my God.
But hey, that was a nice uppercut though. That was
Damn.
That was a nice uppercut, yo. You gotta give it to him.
Bro, and look at him. He just started melting, bro. It's like the Rampage Jackson knockout. Bro, melted. Bro, body just limp, bro.
This man is a fucking so, hey, I ain't got no words. How you gonna be at this age fighting? You could blame Dana White all you want. I'm not gonna do it. This man is just crazy.
Bro, I can't even. Yeah, that definitely is Dana, bro. Dana would have paid that man. He wouldn't have been in there taking them penitentiary
He's
risks.
49 years old.
Okay, here goes
Dana
a better.
White paid him
Oh
$10
my
million.
God.
We don't even know how much money he made.
Dana
from
White
that
ain't paid that
long
man no
Pride
$10
career.
million,
He
bro.
was
You
in
don't
Pride
stop.
from the 90s all the way to when it ended. Stop being a quote unquote coon, Boxer Scholar, like you like to say.
Hold on. Let me put it back. I want to show it. This is a better view right here. You know, I showed the other view. Let me show.
Somebody getting put to bed.
The same person.
All right. You got knocked out like Ice Cube on Players Club Sam. Oh, he on that pole.
Yo, how you do full screen? Hey, why won't let me put full screen?
It don't be like in your assets, like right below.
There you go. That's full screen. That's as big as it can go.
All right, let me
Hold
see.
on. Let me see.
Oh,
I might be
somebody
able
got
to.
socked in their face.
Hold
Oh, oh my God. I got put to bed. He got put to bed. Oh my God, he got a feather chin. Let me see somebody. Let me see it again. Hello.
Hey.
Can you slow it down? Was it just like that? Was it that easy?
I don't think you can slow down. Can you slow down?
Yeah. Check that. Go to Let me see. Okay, no, I don't see it. Okay, no, it's not there.
Bro.
But that was 2 light taps to the chin, Boxes guy. That wasn't nothing serious.
Bro, Rampage knocked years off this man light, bro.
I think he fought Mirko Krokop.
I don't know who he fought, but if this is him on TV, he got his ass whipped.
I remember Mirko Krokop, like they were questioning if Wanderlei Silva was still alive.
Nah, Rampage Jackson was probably the worst knockout I've seen him. That's crazy, bro. He get knocked out in the brawl after. You know, I'm positive. What's our favorite movie?
Great White Height.
Man got knocked out after a battle.
Yep, man. What happened to Roper?
Got put to bed.
And you remember the noise he made? All possible got knocked out.
Yeah, he made a the Prince noise.
Look at him falling, bro. That is crazy, bro. Bro, oh my God. Bro, hey, they never let them in the building, bro. That's one thing I can say about them UFC people, bro. Them people are alcoholics and they fight, bro. Like they'll fight at a fight. Like they're crazy, bro. Like we're extremely crazy.
Absolutely.
They'll fight after a fight, bro. It's the most craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yep.
On that poll is an easy answer. Who'd you pick, Noah? Because you know, what was the over-under on Anderson? Excuse me, Wanderlei Silva going to sleep by the security guard or the help.
Man, I don't know why the hell they allowed this to happen. Like, they let I remember they let Wanderlei, what do do? They fought, yeah, they let him and Rampage fight, I think for the 3rd time. and this nigga Rampage put him to bed the same. And then Wanderlei got him try to hug him, and then they tried to start a fight again. Like I ain't got no words. This man is just he a legend.
Who?
Wanderlei Silva.
A legend for what?
That's being a crazy motherfucker.
Bro, that's a byproduct of steroids.
You want to fight? You want to fight me? I do that. You remember what him and
Chill.
was on the
I was just about to put that on, bro. I was literally just about to put him in chair.
I can't let you get close. Man,
if you continue to come, Chael is hilarious, bro.
Nah, Chael, he's somebody like when it comes to troll games, I try to aspire to be like him and just the level of seriousness he has when he says his shit. Like when he said, I didn't know I didn't know that if you tap out, that's the end of the fight. I thought that if you tap out, you lose that round, and then you go to the scorecards.
He was lying, bro.
I didn't lose to Anderson. So, and he says this shit with the most serious.
Yes.
To this day, he will not say anything differently.
Yo, this was hilarious.
Hey man, play a character.
Wanderlei is a very interesting guy. I don't know him. I think that he genuinely loves this sport.
When I was a little kid, I remember going outside. I sit around with my friends. We talk about the latest technology and medicine and gaming and American ingenuity. And I look outside, and Anderson and the Brazilian kids are sitting outside playing in the mud.
I know Wanderlei Silva. This guy has to be in front of a camera. I am not going to apologize. He sees this as his great moment to be the one that got old Chael to say I'm sorry, which isn't going to happen.
Quando você pedir desculpa, eu volto.
Fair enough. We accept. That is the flag of...
I didn't even understand what the hell. This dude talked like he got a mouth full of acorns. Did you understand that? Like, what? Mighty Joe Young? Like, what the hell?
Surrender. If somebody says something and then they get in the ring and they have the fight, that's it.
Yeah.
I did the fight against Anderson Silva. Did you?
Yo, Wanderlei looks like a evil Russian vampire in a movie. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna live forever, and he's just a villain.
He had so much work done on his face from all that scar tissue he got from Pride.
Yep.
Yeah,
and them steroids. The steroids that made him overly aggressive. Where he try to fight outside the ring, and then he got a tattoo on the back of his head. He could have been. Fact. I don't want to be your friend. He reminds me of the villains in the Equalizer.
Yeah. He'd be perfect for him.
It didn't go so well for me. That was a pretty rough night.
Say sorry.
I'm not going to say sorry. I accept his resignation if he wants to walk out, and I will continue this process without him.
Espero que daqui saia não só o campeão do Tough 3, mas saiam talentos.
Don't call it tough. Call it the Wanderlei Show. Call it what you think it is, stupid.
Yeah.
Call him the Wanderlei Show.
Yeah.
Tell him what you think it is.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Why don't you just do that?
Motherfucker, stop that shit, motherfucker.
This is like the
shit, motherfucker.
Bro, not gonna lie to you. Wanderlei Silva has always tried to be intimidating, but when he got to a certain age, it just became like redundant.
Greatest moment of my day.
O cara não quis baixar o ego dele, não quis só pedir uma desculpa por uma coisa errada que falou. Não falou por bem, vai falar por mal.
He broke any unwritten contract that he has with me when he turned a verbal affair into a physical one. Wanderlei Silva will not get within arm's reach of me again, and if he does, I will assume a fight has started.
So you know what happened, right, Marky Dan?
Absolutely.
Let me see how smart you is as a YN. What happened?
What happens next?
No, what happened? Why did he do that? Why did he do that?
Because Chael says some wild shit about Brazil. Says they don't have salt. He says that they feed. What did he say about
No, you missing what I'm saying.
The bus carrot.
You missing what I'm saying? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What?
You missing what I'm saying? I'm saying, Press said Bruce Lee by knockout. Press, hit that link and pull up. I got some questions for you as well. It's not looking good for Tank out there, Press. But no. So he didn't like that Wanderlei pushed him and he didn't do anything, and he felt like his manhood was being attacked. So rather than address it, then it just ate at him, and he said, if this ever happens again, he said it, if this ever happens again. Basically, like, he's not gonna let it happen again. He's gonna assume there's a fight. He broke a contract. That's how it happens. You ain't never had that happen to you. Come on, YN. You know you done had that happen to you before. Or there's a situation and you don't like the way the situation's going, and it eats at you that you didn't react a certain way or do something that you felt or thought you should do.
Absolutely. I told you about that time at my job. That nigga reported me for a joke I made. I mean, I absolutely kind of wish I snapped the fuck off on him. Now that I think
Yeah,
about
but
the
any
fact that I got fired
inappropriate
anyway.
sexual jokes at black women should not be tolerated.
No,
Brother.
it wasn't an inappropriate sexual joke. I just made a joke that I'm wearing a mask to because I can't take the meat fumes because I was working in the meat department. This is a joke.
You should have been
And then
reported.
they said, "Oh, he's a lawyer's son. He's trying to sue the player." I mean, at that time, I definitely wish I had snapped the fuck off and just told that manager that he's a fucking fat son of a bitch.
Whoa. We tell you about the cussing. Let's continue the video.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I wish. I can't wait.
I hope you no hurt the hands, no hurt your ass. Because, man, you're never going to forget what I'm going to do with you. Man, I'm going to hurt you a lot. You're going to see.
Would you tell me?
You're going to see what I'm going to do.
But I feel
like...
like...
I'm going to shake the hands or no?
Yeah. Do I... Good morning.
I'm not going to be your friend. I'm going to hurt you. Okay. I don't like you, and the dude's going to like you. What now?
Please stop. I can't let you get close.
Can you hear my...
You know what's interesting? They always, UFC people like, boxing ain't no street fight. A street fight, let me tell you what will really happen. And then you look at this and it's like, is this a street fight? Chael got on chocolates. And then it just started, it went from striking to grappling, which is what stuff. And I'll be trying to tell them, like, every fight starts off with striking and on your feet. Man, this look like two unks at the barbecue. You already know, fighting over who gonna barbecue all the meat.
Then one of them yellow niggas starts hitting Chael, and he gets booted from the show.
He should have. Why that rabbit punching they do? That's when the referee normally would stop the fight. It doesn't have any effect in real life application. Like they were rabbit punching on the ground, and then the guy starts rabbit punching Chair.
Calm down, you dumb son of a bitch.
You talking bad things about me, and you talking about your guy. You talking about your team.
Essa aqui vai lá pra minha casa. Isso aqui vale ouro. Bater nesse filho da tem preço.
I thought I had his arms. I remember thinking, I think I have it, but I couldn't see. And he keeps hitting me. Somehow he keeps hitting me in the head. And Vinny, one of my coaches, tells me, hey, that guy was punching you.
He's cool with
And he thought it was a
because he
badge
punched a
of
national
honor.
menace. He's gonna be a national hero in his village.
That is the stupidest stuff I've ever heard of in my life.
Local hero in his village.
Yeah. How'd that work out for him, Mikey Dan?
I mean, shit, he's probably poor as hell living in Brazil. So, not well. I mean, he didn't win the show. He had an opportunity and he wasted it to punch an asshole who's way richer
I know
than
when
him
Dana
and,
White gives
lives
you an
in way more comfort.
opportunity to make $3, and 50 cents per hour, you take it.
Absolutely. No,
Because
absolutely.
everybody
You
know
think
the
that's a
reason
fucking
why.
joke? That man, that's whew.
You'll take that, Marky Dan?
If Dana White give it to me, I mean, hell yeah, I got the opportunity to make more.
Marky Dan, you be cooning all the time, bro. Why would you go under minimum wage? That's what let me know you be cooning, bro.
Well, listen, for $350, that's absolutely illegal, and I could sue this nigga. So I got leverage over him if he does pay me
Now you
$350 an
talking
hour.
about suing. This dude's crazy, man. This dude crazy.
Absolutely, that's a violation of the Labor
This
Relations
dude
Act.
crazy, man. Yo, this dude crazy, man. So, with that being said, I showed Bruce Lee sparring in the background. Of course, I hope
Bruce
Marky
Lee's on
Dan
the weight cut.
after this episode don't think that wrestling is real and movies are real and all this stuff, right? But outside of all that, Bruce Lee loses to Michael J. White easy. It's not even
Absolutely. Let's
as
put
much
it there.
capping as Michael J. White did. He actually, I've seen him like he's an athlete, and I looking at Bruce Lee on the bag, and his punching technique is awful. Uh, the strikes, it's not even like he's a small guy with devastating power like a Tank. Right? Think about it for a second. Jake Paul doesn't have nearly the skills that he should have, to be considered or make as much money as he does, right? Be taken serious, right, in the sport of boxing. But just because of his size alone, we give him a chance against Tank Davis. Tank Davis is a champion and one of the best fighters at 35, if not the best fighter at 35. Maybe Lamar Roach, maybe not, but one of the best fighters at 35. And we give him a chance, Jake Paul a chance to get him against him only due to size. Michael J. White is an actual
Yeah, technician.
athlete and has credentials and has technique at heavyweight. That Joe Rogan even vouched for about him kicking the chain off the bag. And Bruce Lee, I watched him on tape, and it's just like I'm not that impressed. I watched him actually perform,
Well,
sparring.
Michael J. White does compete. He competes in competitive grappling.
No, I thought it was Karate Expos. Or what do they call it? They
Nah.
have a name for it. What is it called? Joe Rogan used to do it, and he stopped doing it because he said he had started getting CTE or something like that. What is it called? Somebody put it as Kyoshu or what is it called?
Kata.
Man, it ain't that, bro. He's just making shit up.
Yes, it is. It's kata.
This man just making shit up. He looking at the Legend of Korra thinking he knows something.
No, it's not. That's your karate kata. That's when you're practicing technique.
No, bro, it ain't that. You're really competing against people. There's a video of 17-year-old. Matter of fact, let me pull it up so you can stop guessing with all this old.
Man, you know what you is? You a coon ass nigga, always doubting the information. I don't respect it.
That's crazy. He crazy, bro.
Karate kata is a Japanese term meaning
He over there googling it.
that describes the practice
He
of
over there
performing
googling it while calling me a
precise
coon. That's
sequences
bro.
of karate moves against an imaginary opponent. Go ahead, nigga.
Okay.
Hurry up.
Are you ready? You ready to pull this
show your
up?
video, nigga.
Bro, why you so aggressive, bro? You gotta lay out the weed, bro. Gotta lay out the weed, bro. Like Stephen A. Smith.
Hey, once the facts come through, it's hard to lay off.
Okay. Now I'm not gonna lie to you, Michael J. White. Whenever he be talking about how much power he had and how he was this, how he was that, he be embellishing a little bit, but he was like jacked to be a kid. I don't know if he got called the steroids early, if he was eating Osterine popsicles, but he was. This is him at 17, 14.
White, that Tyler Perry movie.
Huh? What'd you say?
I said, wasn't that nigga Michael J. White in the Tyler Perry movie?
Yes, and you talked about how great his actor was, but that's neither here nor there. Let's go.
That nigga was He's one of the top 10 actors or black actors of the past generation.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. He kicked that dude, and that dude went airborne, bro.
Show that fuck again? Holy
I think
shit.
that's what would happen to Bruce Lee. Right here.
Let me see.
And Michael J. White is small. That's a grown man that he's fighting. Yup.
Yo, my God. He probably broke a rib. To the ribs.
And this guy's taller than him. Bro, he could have make a bag in UFC.
Couldn't make a bag in UFC. That's crazy to say, Box Scott. That's insane.
Why?
You said he couldn't make a bag in UFC.
I said he could make a bag in UFC.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant that he couldn't even make a body bag in UFC. In
No,
other
he
words,
could make a bag. Like if he try to actually do like one fight, tell Dana White I'd do one off. Like let me fight your champion. Like or what Bud did to Canelo.
I thought you meant like they just dump his body somewhere. The old Dana White, cost saving fashion.
Yo, could they only use kicks in this competition? Seems like it, right?
No, they can. Yeah, they can use hands.
They're not using hands though.
There's some competition.
Kicks are because look at the distance. How you gonna bridge that with hand? You see, he just tried to throw a punch.
Why don't they throw feints with their hands and then kick?
I don't know. Because that's not karate. Well, I don't know. I think karate does incorporate a lot of feints, but.
Well, fellas, I got to. So my wife just pulled in. I mean, she done bought. I haven't seen her all day.
All right, man. We finna go ahead and end this one after this video playing. After I get through cooking Marky Dan for a little bit longer.
Yeah, all right, man.
You know, Marky Dan likes to be slow
roasted. You take care of the pain. Yeah. You take care of the pain, brother.
All right, man.
Just if you ever get in a situation, I'll possibly just do the opposite of what Marky Dan would do, and you'll be all right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a pretty successful guy, in my own right. So you don't let's.
Yeah, shout out to Michael J. White. Yeah, he's a legitimate guy. He's just not a legitimate boxing guy. To be talking about fighting on Mike Tyson.
You just don't like him. You just don't like him.
Bro, you think? Hold on. You think that's a legitimate thing? Him talking about fighting Mike Tyson?
Him fighting Mike? Are you talking about Ip Man fighting Mike Tyson?
No, Michael J. White said he wanted to do an exhibition with Mike Tyson.
Ah, man, leave Mike Tyson alone. Mike Tyson is an old, elderly fucking man. Okay,
Hold on. Let me show you this video. Let me show you this video to the people that just pulling up. I'm gonna show this video, then I'll show the other video. Then I get my synopsis. Will be in 2 hours, under 2 hours, and then we'll go ahead and get up out of here, and then we'll do the non-boxing for. I'll shoot for like 2:45 Central Time. Check this out. Bam! Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Let me put that slow mo. I remember this. I used to have
this shit is not even in a high school, a middle school goddamn gym.
I had this video and a Mike Tyson video on my other channel that got me a bunch of views. I knew this one was gold, bro. That's crazy. His body had already fell for the next kick, bro. Yeah, Michael J. White, bro. Yeah, he's explosive and fast. That's one thing he did in there.
And you doubting that move? You doubting that recording session he did, where he fought those three gentlemen? I mean, I don't understand it. You see the evidence right here in front of your face,
stop. You talking about the movie? Wait a minute, bro. Didn't this guy just get out the bro? Michael J. White just kicked him. Was it an actor? Is this an actor, bro? Like, what the? How did he become a judge all of a sudden?
He's a referee.
He was competing, and he's also a referee.
I literally read like 400 chapters of a karate manga. It was called Karate. Yeah, Karate. No, Kohinata.
Okay, so what they're doing here is they stop. This is probably like what 60%. So how do you get the best of the person? You just gotta is it like the sword thing where
you gotta get the best strike?
Okay, so this is not real competition. Bunch of breaks and it's simulated. But still, he's still an athlete and still competing. I wish he would have competed in UFC though. Bam.
Wow! Oh, that was a great counter.
Why did that dude attack in a straight line for a dude who does good straight kicks? But he asked for
Because
it,
he's
bro.
a warrior.
Bro, he's an idiot.
Because he's a brave man.
Bro, he's an idiot.
If God should ever call me to fight
Bro,
in
if
his
you
great
don't
war,
stop,
I hope that he would put that man next to me. That's
bro, so
bravery
y'all
right
both
there.
could be dead, bro. God gonna put that man next to you and your foxhole gonna be empty because both of y'all gonna be dead, bro.
I think that that's a very pessimistic view to take.
Yeah,
And I
bro.
disagree
All
with
right.
it.
See, I see you like recruiting losers. You're gonna be like, you remember on
I see.
Deadpool? You remember on Deadpool when he recruited that team and they all died before they went to war? That's you, bro.
You talking about Suicide Squad?
No, Deadpool. They got that.
Oh,
They
well,
got that from
I ain't
Deadpool too.
watched Wolverine and Deadpool yet. Don't tell me nothing yet, nigga.
No, that's not Wolverine and Deadpool, bro. That's Deadpool too, bro.
Okay, nigga. Okay.
All right, so here we go.
Well, Michael J. White, I mean, he's just an ass kicking machine. And no matter how much evidence you put in a brother like Boxer Scholar's face,
Bro, be quiet. Yeah, be quiet, bro. You need to be talking, bro.
look at this. Wow, head kick. Brother steps back. Oh, this brother tries to change stance. Quiet!
Bro, did you just make a Hadouken sound, bro? Bro, get off my stream, bro.
Yes.
Bro, get off my stream, bro. Did you make a Hadouken sound on my stream, bro?
I
No,
said
you ain't.
quiet.
Bro,
To be
what the?
specific.
Bro, what the? What is that, bro? What is that?
Quiet.
Bro, what is that?
That's a strike. That's a strike in a video game.
Exactly, bro. Real life fake video. I bet you think video games is real too, huh?
I think that they are also telling a true story.
They telling true stories. Like which one specifically? What video game
Call
you
of
done seen?
Duty.
Bro, get off my fucking stream right now, bro.
What do you mean get off your fucking stream?
Bro, get off my
So
fucking
you're
stream.
telling me in Call of Duty Cold War,
Oh
Black
my
Ops
god.
Cold War. I'm
Uh-huh.
just saying, nigga. So this
Okay.
is not real history. When they brought Ronald Reagan in the room and Ronald Reagan was giving us commands to do all this illegal shit. You
Us.
saying that didn't happen?
When Ronald Reagan ever gave you a command to do anything?
Iran-Contra.
So you was in the army.
Absolutely. We were Marines.
Okay,
We're
this is what I want you to
trafficking.
see. Hold on. So the synopsis is this: Michael J. White would beat Bruce Lee off of sheer size and athleticism and technique, also. But to be fair to Bruce Lee, he's the godfather of MMA, so he sparked the idea of being ranged in different martial arts. So Michael J. White in his time wouldn't have been as advanced as he was coming off the shoulders of Bruce Lee, so he was able to stand on the shoulders. But with that being said, just size alone and athleticism, because even at Bruce Lee's peak, he wasn't explosive as Michael J. White. So, and my synopsis, that I feel like that is an easy answer. Michael J. White beats Bruce Lee. Most of the people that pick Bruce Lee only pick Bruce Lee because of what they seen him do in movies and because of legend. They probably haven't actually even seen Bruce Lee in action with sparring clips or whatever the case may be. So a lot of them just going off of lore or whatever the case may be. So with that being said,
Bruce
Michael
Lee
J.
was a
White
bad
beat.
motherfucker. You don't remember when Bruce Lee
Stop,
fought
bro.
Kareem
Stop.
Abdul-Jabbar?
Bro, it was a movie, bro. So with that being said, Michael J. White beats Bruce Lee easy. It wouldn't even be a fight. Bruce Lee doesn't even have anything to make Michael J. White respect him. I watched him on the bag, and his technique is awful, and his strikes are awful. I didn't see real punching power there. So he didn't have anything to make Michael J. White actually respect him at heavyweight. So with all that being said, Bruce Lee loses to Michael J. White. But with that being said, Michael J. White also, like I said earlier, you pulled up late, mark it down. So watch this video. Let me know what you think about it.
Same size.
Okay, here we
roughly
go.
the same weight and roughly the same age.
Right.
Number one, if you got a call to do the next exhibition match with Tyson, would you do it?
Of course.
Of course.
To box Mike Tyson? I would love that.
Here we go. This
I
is
would
a
love
Vlad
Are
TV
you
world
kidding me?
premiere.
No, just how
Michael Jai White agrees to box Mike Tyson.
Of course. What would I? Why would I not do something?
You
like
would
that?
agree to it.
Are you
100%.
Like, why would I not?
Okay, so here's the next question. Do you think he would win?
Yeah, of course. I think I would win.
Okay, you can't kick him.
No, I know.
Let me just put that out there. It's not a UFC fight.
Right.
This is strictly boxing.
Yeah.
Boxing gloves, no groundwork.
Dude, if he whooped my ass, I would laugh at the whole scenario because, dude, man, I don't mind to be able to box Mike Tyson. I like living my life. I would never turn down an opportunity like that. Like, think about it, Vlad. I get in the ring with all these people. I've been boxing champions, like, Layman Brewster. Like,
you've been sparring champion.
No. See,
you haven't actually gotten into a professional fight with these guys, right? Is that true though?
Here's what you don't understand. You understand sparring is fighting. When you get ready for a fight, you spar. Do you not?
You wear headgear though.
No,
right?
No, it depends. It depends on who you are.
And you usually have bigger gloves, right?
Yeah. Well, when you're fighting,
when you're sparring, you usually have headgear and bigger gloves.
You're fighting.
Oh, jeez.
Think about this for a second. Everybody who fights spars first.
Correct.
Some people spar at a fighting level. Some people spar at more of a control level. It's a gentleman's agreement. But that's just what it is.
But what I'm saying is, with a lack of headgear and lighter gloves, the potential for damage is much higher.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, of course. Especially just the whole scenario, the whole situation. Personally, like, I've been one of those gym fighters. I love going to people's spot, and I feel like they're better in their own gym. So I've been a gym fighter for a long time. So yeah, I mean, if I had a chance my preference is, hey, you getting ready for a fight, I'll go to the gym and spar you. That's what I've done that since I was a kid. I mean, and looking, like, I look forward to, like, being beaten. Basically, it's like every time I learn more of my defeats than my successes, right? Like, I always like to be wrong. Whenever I'm wrong, I learn something new. So same thing in the ring.
Michael Jai White is the most cockiest 0-0 fighter of all time. This man has no fights. It's a professional sparrer talking about sparring people where they're best at, and that makes him a better person.
The way
what makes
Vlad took him apart
better is athletic competition against the most elite fighters in the world, and Dana White would easily.
Yeah, Vlad picked him apart, but hold on, Mark. Then listen to this right here, because this story.
I thought that was you talking live.
No. That's about the reaction. So listen to the story time of Michael Jai White when he actually got in there with a boxer.
Break a bag on you because of your star power coming into the sport. I want to see Michael Jai White get into one MMA fight. I mean, he's a good athlete. I mean, and he's really good with the philosophy and, techniques and stuff, but that doesn't mean competitively he could do it, on an elite level. And I think he's full of cap. I think Mike Tyson would beat the shit out of Michael Jai White. And he could never convince me, because he's never competed, that he would take an ass whooping from Mike Tyson in an exhibition, but he's never competed in a sport that he trains around year-round religiously. And then the guy that he actually got in the ring with, that he's trying to get credit for, was a guy that did not spar Mike Tyson like he claimed. That was all cap. But his actual box rec was 7-14 with 2 draws. This guy has been beat up multiple times, and out of his 7 wins, he only knocked out 3 people. He was a kickboxing champion, and he's going to bring up his kickboxing altercation that he had with this guy and try to perpetrate it as a boxing match. And he was dazed by this guy, and you mean to tell me you were dazed by this guy and you think you finna go out there and beat Mike Tyson? Right now, I wish that fight could happen. I'd go put a grand on Mike Tyson in a boxing match where you can't kick and use your athleticism. Mike Tyson would destroy you. This is the kickboxer that he tried to perpetrate as Godzilla. That he lost his exhibition match.
That'd be like a trophy for me.
Have you been knocked out in the ring?
No,
never. Okay,
I got close. I got close, and I learned my lessons early on. Like you learn the best lessons from, those defeats. Yeah. I remember this dude, man. Oh, a guy he fought Tyson too. Demetrius Oaktree Edwards. Yep, this dude, man, that was the closest to being knocked out I ever had. And it's long. I was young, I was slick, and I was like, Demetrius Edwards, man, he would hit people in the body. You could hear it across the arena. This dude had one of the hardest lefts. And so I was fighting him in Great Gorge, New Jersey. And I was like, I'm going to slick this guy. I would be riding his punches back, right? Because I was faster. So he would throw that jab out. As soon as it's coming back, I'm on him, right? And what happened is there was a bunch of girls up in like the balcony area that was like screaming for me and everything, right? And so I was trying to be all slick, like looking at my man from like the periphery, being like this, like catch him like I'm not even looking at him. And he double jab up, and I thought that hand was coming back, and I ran into the second one. Bow! My friends that were there clown me to this day because I started to go down, and I grabbed an imaginary ladder as I was going down, right? Like, and they said I had a look on my face like this, like I was smirking, and I went like this, and I was down here, and the referee was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, and he said, they said I stood up. I can barely remember because everything was like blurry. He said I stood up, and what I do remember is when he said, "You okay? You okay to continue?" And they said I had the same smirk on my face, and I went like this. But I remember I said I was okay, but not okay to continue. But he said go, and I literally ran around that. I ran away, not no slick shit. I mean like this. It was the most embarrassing shit that ever happened to me. But that's Demetrius Oaktree Edwards, who was one of Tyson's sparring partners. And this is when I was like, damn, I was like 19, 20, something like that.
I mean, let's just take a moment to point out that this man's nickname is Oak Tree.
Yeah. And he looked like an oak tree. He looked like an oak tree. Yeah, Demetrius.
That's the story of Demetrius Oaktree with 7 wins and 14 losses and 2 draws of dazn Michael J. White, who thinks he can go in there and play boxing with Mike Tyson. Like,
Mike Tyson is old. Mike Tyson is old.
So is Michael J. White. He's Michael J. White closer to 60 than Mike Tyson.
Michael J. White don't got as much damage.
Bro, why you keep repeating stuff twice? The Umar Johnson now?
I just want to make the point clear, and I want to make sure I could stand on it.
Repeating it twice don't make it true, youngster.
I'm just making it clear that that's why I'm standing on, nigga, and you can't push me off of it.
Oh, okay. So there's no way that I can convince you. No way.
None.
Your mind's made up then, bro. Your mind's made up. There's no point in you talking about it, right?
Talking about what?
Anything. You say you standing on business.
About what?
Bro, are you trolling right now?
No.
You just said that I couldn't convince you otherwise. And you standing on business. Said it twice, so to make it true. And I just told you, well, then there's no point debating you if your mind is already made up, right?
No, but what was the subject we were just talking about?
Bro, you don't even remember. Bro, you just talking, bro. You literally just talking, bro. You don't even remember Yo, they still calling you Ruckus in the chat. That's crazy work, bro.
Oh yeah. This boy, Demetrius Oaktree Johnson and Michael J. White, thinking he could go in there with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is old.
So is Michael J. White, bro.
But it's different.
This man over there eating some Funyuns trying to debate.
I'm in the store getting snacks, nigga.
I normally don't even debate niggas that eat Funyuns, bro. Why not eat real onions, bro? You know, y'all generation want to take the gluten out of everything and take the onions out of onions and make Funyuns.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's
You know
you got to
exactly what
fight
I'm
with
talking
somebody else, and that's not me.
about. No, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Let me see.
You know what I'm saying, champ?
You just stop here, bro. So you seen the clip of John Jones and Michael J. White where he said he sparred him, right?
Who? Between Michael J. White said they sparred John Jones.
You didn't know that?
No, I knew that, but I'm just asking. You're saying he said that? I was confirming. I didn't hear you correctly.
Yeah, he just taught John Jones some like techniques. And like I said, Michael J. White he's really smart. I watch what he says about striking. I watch what he's really smart. I look for him to be a trainer in the future. But as far as him being a legitimate boxer or fighter, he can never say that until he competes. You know, but he could beat Bruce Lee. You know, he could beat Bruce Lee. But yeah, I'm finna go ahead and end this one, mark it down, because I'm gonna come back and do the political episode.
That's all right.
Yeah,
Yeah, all right. So you
this
coming
man.
back to do a political show when?
I think I might jump right back into it. Or not
All right.
political, just non-boxing, non-fighting. It's gonna be whatever. Free falling episode, free smoke. Not free smoke. Let me not say that, because then people gonna pull up ready to argue. But just free flowing, freestyle.
So you're not going to talk about the fact that we're already in an authoritarian state?
Do I have to say it at this point? Donald Trump's not even hiding it at this point.
I mean, you sound like you capitulated, my brother.
Bro, and you sound like you gonna win the war from the laptop. You're gonna win the revolution and start the revolution from the laptop.
I mean, nah, my revolution will be down here. I've already
Okay, they said Michael J. White is
I've already
57
gotten together my
and Tyson's
coalition.
59.
We
So,
are going to start a youth workers revolution. We already have our partners in Puerto Rico. We are prepared and ready to secede from the United States when Donald Trump does not accept the results of the 2026 midterm elections or the 2028 presidential elections. Absolutely.
okay. I wish y'all luck. Good luck against the drones.
We have our countermeasures, Baka Scholar. Don't
No,
worry,
y'all ain't
boy.
got nothing, bro.
I know you just ready to capitulate. It's
Man,
okay.
you ain't got nothing.
All right,
Yo,
but
oh
I'll
my
see you
God.
in.
So hold on. The polls said 56% to 44%. Michael J. White loses the fight against Bruce Lee.
That shows uneducatedness.
Maybe they're trolling.
Ignorance.
But somebody did vote and they said that Bruce Lee will beat that black. So they just voted based on race.
That sounds like BBO.
Yeah, it does. It does, bro. It does definitely sound like BBO. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and end it. I'm gonna go ahead. What's up, Kazi? Damn, Kazi, how many challenges you got, brother? Amir, why you always come at the end?
Azito.
All right, bro.
Azito.
So, hold on. You pull it back up for the next one?
I'll see you in. I shall.
I'm gonna try to do it 15 minutes tops. It's gonna be current events. That's what it's gonna be. Because they predicted that the world was gonna end a couple days ago based on some TikTok stuff. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about a bunch of stuff. I just wanted to get this Bruce Lee thing. I actually went longer than what I was gonna do. I tried to do it. I was gonna do an hour, but it ended up being long because you know how to you know how UYNs get. y'all get up here and y'all want to, you know,
And we speak facts.
y'all want to talk about removing the gluten out of food and, you know, removing the
I
onions
love
out of onions. You know, y'all like onion powder. That's all y'all like. Y'all don't like y'all like the hint of onions. Y'all don't like actual onions, and that's why y'all run around ain't got no calcium in y'all bones. Ain't got no, you know, you can build up callus. You know, you need some of that callus. You had a TikTok rapture. Amir said, "So you really about to leave?" Yes, you late. Why you so late? We've been on here 2 hours already. Go to my channel
Who
and
the
hit the
hell is that?
notification bell. Huh?
Who the hell is that? Who the hell is that you
What?
talking about? You said you late.
Amir said, I'm telling Amir that she late to the party. But I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
Amir, get with the program.
Amir, you're not gonna pull up anyway. Pull up. Matter of fact, let me take your wrench.
Yeah,
Let me
get her
take
up
your
out
wrench.
of here. Get her up out of here.
You saying that now. You saying that now, but if you seen Amir, you would change your tune. Everybody already know how you is towards women, Marky Dan. We know you're a sexist, bro. We know.
I
You know
love
what's funny?
women. What do
I
you mean?
guarantee
I
you this. I
worship women.
guarantee you this. Hold on. I guarantee you this. The way Marky Dan is up here speaking to me right now, the way he's up here speaking to me, yeah, by Scholar, get up out of here. I guarantee the moment Amir pull up and she show that picture, you see her picture, Marky Dan, you can be like, yeah, Scholar, you need to stop doing that. Doing what? Doing that. You ain't got no loyal bones in your body. Oh, you got strikes on the other one, Cos you got to start playing music, brother. Yo, Cosby crazy, bro. Cosby, I'm about to show this whole documentary today. Like YouTube ain't playing, Cosby. They got you on their list. You gotta fly low and then come back and do something like that. You know, because they'll watch you. Like whenever I was blackballed, I did a simulcast with somebody, and he was like, they gave him a strike like a minute after the live was in. He was like, that's never happened before. Like, what the hell? But yeah, Amir said I eat raw onions, and she said, nah, she not hitting the link. You know, that's why I'm gonna take her wrench. You know, she said, he being mean to me. She said, Marky Dan being mean to you. You kind of forget these coons in there. They know it's not what they do. But yeah, man, we'll be back. We'll be back. It was 1 o'clock.
Love you to death, Amira.
Like this. See, he must have Amir. Let me tell you what he just did while I was talking. He went and clicked on your photo because he is a womanizer and because he was curious about how you look, and now he didn't already. Risk it for the brisket. Facts. He already starting to switch up. Amir, you know, I rock with you the hard way. What you just say, Marky Dan?
I love her to death. She a good
You love her to
person.
death. How you know she a good person? What about
I could tell by looking in her eyes.
The eyes? That's what tells it all.
Exactly.
So that's why you cross-eyed, motherfucker. With your lying ass, your deceitful coon. Nah, I'm just playing. But now the eyes. I got a feeling that you don't even be looking at the eyes, really. You be looking at the yams.
I'm coming for you.
That man singing the coon song. That man want his theme song. I put the theme song on for you, brother. Hold on, where the coon song at? Yo, yeah, I'm about to end it, Amir. Let me show you what this coon just did. This man put up your picture. This man that went to your profile in just 3 seconds. That stole your picture. Well, I guess if we can't get Amir to pull up, we'll make her pull up. That's what Marky did. That's why he's a sexist. You know, he don't believe in women's rights. He don't believe in none of that. You know, that man that stole her picture. He didn't stole her picture without her permission. You know, he done chose sides already. Shout out to Marky Dan for being a weirdo and a creep. You know, it's not enough of them in the world. You know.
Hey,
But
Amira, you're a decent person. I love you to death. Boxing scholar.
you are cool, bro. That
How am
is
I cool?
crazy.
For
Bro, how
saying
you
that I
done
love
switched
a
up,
black
bro? How
sister
you
to
done
death?
switched up that fast, bro? You was just standing on business. Now all of a sudden, bro, come on, bro.
Woo. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused, brothers. Damn all that. Just get freaking woo.
That's crazy, bro. Bro, you be cool
I
there.
said I'm standing on the fact that Mike Tyson is old and that he would get beat to death by Michael J. White.
Yeah, I like that did switch to one of your pictures. She said, end the live, man. I'm trying to leave
Yeah,
him here, but y'all keep.
end the live so I could come back and we can
You know
talk
what? But
about
Marky Dan, you don't know nothing about this, Marky Dan, because you ain't never been a showman on this level, bro. You know how in the theaters they start throwing roses on stage about ooh, encore. That's where I'm at right now. You know, y'all, my YouTube fam, we all chilling. You know what I mean? Kazi just sub to your Kazi, don't sub to her channel. She the enemy. I give you the backstory on that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put the backstory on members only with Amir. She not loyal. You know what I mean? Amir to me is what Scar was to Mufasa. Listen, if you want to know the story of me and Amir, just look at Lion King. You know how Mufasa had sacrificed so much for Scar, only for all of that to go down the way it did, and Scar even tried to get Simba, his son. Listen, man, y'all go watch that movie, man. Go watch that movie. You know, but yeah, that's crazy work, man. Now everybody over here subbing to her. You know what I mean? That's crazy work. See how she do? I'm
I
gonna take
think I
that work.
just subbed on Amira.
You sub, bro. Not you two. Not you two. You coon, bro. Come on, bro.
Down my
Come on.
coon. She's
Let me
black.
pay some bills.
I'm supporting the system.
Let me pay some bills, bro.
Oh girl, I know your secret. You dipping on me. Got that McNuggets loving. You went to McDonald's? It just ain't fair. Why can't you share your love with me?
Nice song, but you're still not getting any of my crispy, juicy McNuggets.
Girl, you got a 10-piece, please don't be stingy.
Yeah, look, not everybody.
Girl, you got a 10-piece, don't be stingy.
Girl, you got a 10-piece, please don't be stingy. Yo, not everybody's going to subscribe to Amir. Y'all is crazy, bro. Yo, Amir said, what does I sacrifice for her? Everything, man. Everything, sister. You know, that's why my channel, we ain't gonna talk about it. We'll talk about maybe
You
some other time.
sacrifice everything?
Brother, you know, don't bring up, brother. The wounds are still there.
Sacrifice everything? What did you
Bro,
sacrifice?
what everything mean? Put that picture back up so I can yell at you. Put her picture back up so I can yell at you, bro.
I don't really feel comfortable with that, but okay.
Yeah, I sacrificed every bro. Let me put a full screen. Hold on, bro. Give her a solo. Bro, what's going on? Why I want to do solo? Come on, bro. Come on now.
Girl, you got a 10-piece, be
stingy. Girl, you got a 10-piece, please don't be stingy. Hold on. It
By the
won't let
way,
me remove myself. That's crazy.
McDonald's sponsors fascism. They support Zionism.
Bro, stop, bro. Bro, you better not be one of the people that say
stop.
McDonald's.
That's the facts.
Bro, are you one of the people that think McDonald's be killing babies and eating them?
Yes. They feed the enemy for free. If you're talking Boxer Scholar, I cannot hear you. I cannot hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
My bad. Amir accidentally removed me from the stage. You know, coming back, picking up where she left off. So what I was gonna say is, hey, that's a good stopping point. Let me stop here so we can come back and clown some more. I got like a whole video list. I don't want to bleed over into this Mike Tyson thing, you know. especially whenever people's pulling up and they hear me, they pulling up for Michael J. White versus Bruce Lee. And I'm like, Amir, what the hell is he talking about? So yeah, we'll just do random topics. I might call it random topics, but yeah, make sure go sub to Amir, even though she's Scar, and she did me the way she did me. Go sub to her. Go sub to Marky Dan Kazi.
Did she abort a child for you?
Bro,
What's
what?
all this
All
crying,
right,
nigga?
good ending point right there. Shout out to the cool Marky Dan for always saying dumb stuff.
Speaking facts.
She said you switched up. Now you only do 45. I don't know what's up with YouTube. YouTube is acting funny. People was telling me that like sometimes they'll be watching my videos and then like the noise will just go off.
Look at the girl.
See, he don't listen to shit. That's another thing. That's another thing, Marky Dan. Marky Dan don't listen to shit.
What do you
He don't
mean?
listen to shit. Bro, what did I just say? Repeat to me what I just said. And this is exactly why I'm gonna start doing
Stop
age.
phoning.
No, I did not say that. This is exactly why I'm gonna start doing age and IQ testing to join my panel. That right there. This man over there
What
just in La
happened?
La Land and ate an edible. He eating Funyuns and shit with onion powder in him. He over there changing his picture from a mirror to a football player to a white man. Why would you change your picture to a white? Anyway, that's a
What
good
white
stopping
man?
point, bro. You had a white dude up there, bro.
That's Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's not a white man.
Oh, I thought it was white. I just see the jersey,
See,
but that
exactly.
white.
You don't speak facts, and I speak facts. You don't do it, though, Boxer Scholar. But listen, I'm not going to kill you for it. You want to kill me for speaking facts? I'm not going to kill you for being inaccurate. It is what it is.
Yo, Kasi said he pepper sprayed the screen. Yeah, we already know. We own to you.
Bunch of bastards.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, Marky Dan, she
Amara
said she
said
only
I
know.
would never do
You only
what?
know. Bro, the reason how I know you're not listening when I talk, because you start talking when I'm talking. We're going to practice active listening. You got a piece of paper? Write that down somewhere. Active listening. Right, active listening. Damn, she said you got a serial killer voice. Lou said you got
I don't think I got
ADHD.
a serial killer voice, so I'm Amira. I think I got a very regular voice. What'd you say, Boxer Scholar?
What?
You said you were saying something.
So you cut me out to ask me what I was saying? I said, get you a piece of paper and write down active listening.
Amira says I sound very organized.
Bro, why would you ask me what I was saying and did not listen to what I said, bro?
I got
And
a
then
piece of
focus on
paper
the
in
chat.
front of me, and I got
What you
the
write down on it?
goddamn.
What you write?
What you want me to write down, nigga?
Active listening. He didn't even listen when I said active listening. This is like the craziest shit I've ever heard of before. This motherfucker wouldn't even listen when I said write down active listening. This dude's crazy, man.
Okay, go ahead, nigga. I wrote it down. What now?
That's it. I want you to Google that and practice it. That's the word of the day, Marky Dan. You see, you too young to grow up with Sesame Street, but that's the word of the day right there. They said you have a They said you have a serial killer voice. Oh my god! And then Lou said,
"Hey,
I need channel vibes."
hey.
Oh my god, y'all are crazy, man.
Hey, listen here, man. All I'm gonna say is that I'm gonna say it like this right now, Boxer Scholar.
What's
Y'all
good,
keep
man?
playing with me. Y'all keep
My
playing with
bad.
me, acting like this shit is a joke. It ain't gonna go the way you think it's gonna go.
Bro, did you just threaten them after they accuse you of having serial killer vibes? Bro, you can't make this up. Something
Did
wrong
that
with this
sound like a
dude, bro.
threat? Did that sound
Yeah.
like a threat to you?
If you keep this up, what's gonna happen if they keep it up? What are the repercussions?
What was my quote?
I don't know.
You can't
What
even
was it?
say my quote. You can't even say my quote. But
What's your
you
quote?
having all these opinions.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. I missed something, bro. There's a disconnect. What are you talking? Say it again. What did I miss?
I said you missed my quote. I mean,
I
excuse
thought
me.
you
You
said
can't
do it
even
again.
you can't even give my quote. What's my
I
quote,
thought you
nigga?
said do it again and see what happens.
I didn't say that. I did not.
Bro, now you playing, bro. Let me get up out of here, bro.
All right.
She said,
So you're coming right back.
bro, yeah, bro. If y'all let me get up out of here, bro, so I can. All I'm gonna do is a thumbnail. I already got the videos ready. Yeah, we're coming right back. All right, so
Amira, you
appreciate
don't
it.
gotta be scared. I'm gonna be brutally honest. You alright, shorty.
What that mean?
Box Scholar.
So what did I say before you start talking?
You
Word of the
said
day
that
is active listening. Active listening. You gotta focus. Write down focus up under that too. Focus. Focus. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
If I write focus, you gotta write something down on a piece of paper for
Okay,
for me.
hold on. Let me get my. Gus said you weird.
All right.
What I got? All right. What I got right now?
Okay. Boxing scholar must stop
Why you
capitulating
talking so slow? Like
to
you
make sure
writing
that
it? Are
you
you
write
writing
all
it
these
too?
words. No, I don't know your level of intelligence or penmanship, so I'm making sure to write slowly.
Wow, bro. You are talking to probably the smartest man in boxing, but go ahead.
Okay. The boxing scholar must not capitulate to fascism. He must stop being a good boy for Donald Trump and
Hold
the
up,
MAGA
Trump. How you spell that?
boys.
Hold up, Trump. How you spell that?
Trump. He must also stop.
Hold up. So stop. Keep going.
He must also stop attending the Bootstrap Boys meeting. You know the Bootstrap Boys.
Bootstrap Boys meeting.
Yep, the good old pull yourself up by your bootstraps. He's got to stop supporting them. He's got to stop supporting the "we'll keep you in your prayers" people. You know what I'm saying? Because those are usually the most racist. Respectfully.
Not right respectfully on the paper, or you just saying that?
Yeah. No, put respectfully, absolutely. Just a long list of things, Boxing Scholar, that I think you need to really be mindful of. We'll continue this another time, Boxing Scholar.
So to the people listen, this is what Barky Down sounds like to me.
Yeah. And when you are, for instance, when we were here before, you know what? I mean, all the things ever printed in the tabloid, the only things ever been true is when they said I couldn't dance. It doesn't seem to matter, and it doesn't seem you were like in between shots, running off, conceiving the dance, choreographing the dance. You were up all night dancing. And she didn't.
That's Barky Down when you be talking. No,
Somebody should have threw water in her face. Shut up,
threw water at Oprah. Oprah's richer than Michael
man.
Jackson.
Oprah ain't no goddamn richer than no Michael Jackson.
Bro,
at that time.
This is not even up for debate, bro. Yes.
At that time,
yes.
You're out of your goddamn cotton picking mind.
Cotton picking mind. Yeah, this guy's great. Yo, Marky Dan. They say you my slow cousin and I'm babysitting right now. Marky Dan, did you look at the private chat? Are you looking at the private chat? Did you see the message I say? Like every 15 seconds I put the wipe the drool. Don't let the drool go down.
That nigga said, whose cousin is this? Chris Rock laughing at Donald Trump. Mara said, I'm sorry. I blame myself for Scholar having to be friends with a serial killer. I mean, I'm not a serial killer. I just speak up to fascism. I just speak against fascism. I don't kill people. I use my voice. I use logic and reason that God has blessed me with because I'm intelligent. Lou then says Mike beat boxing is wild. I don't know what he meant by that.
He said
AKA
the clip
Kazi.
Michael Jackson was beatboxing.
Oh yeah. I'm glad you agree with me that it's wild in the fact that, it's like Like, you ever seen just a moose walking around? It's like you don't get to see it too often. And then you just got this. I mean, I don't want to curse on your panel boxes, Scholar, but
But you might do it anyway. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro. I don't want to do it, but I'm about to do it. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, cousin. I'm about to start calling you cousin, bro. I'm about to start calling you cousin, bro. Cousin Carl. You look like a Carl. Shout out to Marky.
Yeah.
Shout out to Marky Carl.
But nah.
Market
But
business.
nah. Oprah was out of order. He was out of order. Absolutely. Somebody should have threw some water in that bitch face or told her, stop talking. At the very least. Why is Chris Rock laughing at Michael Jackson? What's going on with that?
Whoever that is just spams the chat with that the entire time. I don't know. Sometimes I like whatever topic that I'm talking about. Like if it's like Donald Trump, they'll be like Chris Rock laughing at Donald Trump. I don't know what they mean. I guess that means
Lou Will.
the Chris Rock laugh. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Lou Will, I will engage you in a discourse of minds any day. In a battle and test of wills.
What'd you call him?
In an intellectual arena.
It's just Lou, bro.
Lou Will. What you say?
It's two different names, Lou and then Will.
Well, his name in the chat is Lou Will 7414. I don't feel the need to put the 7414 part on that.
I think he's saying that.
Exactly.
I think the way I do the drops, I think he's saying that's what he's doing with the Chris Rock laughs at the stuff that we're talking about. So the Michael Jackson, he's saying, "Will it be shot, man?" Like he doing something like that. You know what I mean? Like Chris Rock laugh. I get it.
Chris Rock.
I get it.
Chris Rock is a coon, if there ever was one, in the United States of America.
Bro, let me get up, bro. Listen, do y'all want another live or not? If I don't get up out of here, I ain't doing
I'm gonna get up out of here. I'll be right back.
She said you're reading like a robot. That nigga do sound clone now that you said it.
Why would I be clone?
Like AI. Say something AI wouldn't say, bro.
Well, I mean,
hold on. Did you play sports? You played sports in high school.
I did.
What was your number? Quick.
16.
Bro, you never played. Bro, this dude wrestled in high school, bro. What did you wrestle with?
I played on the basketball
Your sexuality? What did you wrestle with?
I was a Greco.
Your sexuality. Let me stop, bro. Let me stop, bro. Let me stop. You don't even listen, bro. Oh my God, you're the easiest person to get jokes off of. I ain't say that, bro. I ain't say that. I respect you, Marky.
I'm glad you didn't say nothing, so I don't have to call you a fascist. I don't have to call you a racist. I don't have to call you a Zionist. It's probably the worst of all those things.
Marky, you had a number in wrestling, so wrestling they don't be having numbers.
Yeah, they do. Well, I didn't. Our team didn't.
So how did you have number 16?
I don't fucking know. I got number 16. It just came with the fucking with
Marky, you just
whatever.
making stuff up.
Nah, that's the facts, nigga.
You just making stuff up, Marky. Well,
Did
you play basketball?
I'll tell you it like this: if I ever meet you in real life, I'll challenge you to a friendly wrestling match.
Bro, what the?
God,
bro, no.
I
no,
will.
Bro. I'm not. Bro, I'm not meeting up with you in wrestling, bro. What cut, bro? Come on, bro. Come on, Marky. Marky, the fact that you out there challenging other men to wrestling, you ain't say when I see you, man, we can do some nice sparring. You say you want to wrestle me, Marky. That's why your generation is the way y'all. That's why your generation paint y'all nail. Look, this is the byproduct of y'all gluten-free ass generation.
What emojis do you use most?
And Jeffrey Epstein. Silence.
And I'm gonna show y'all what I use a lot. This emoji. It's like a stamp, like told you. Or it could mean mean shut up, like all that, like it mean everything. I feel as though.
question. What generation did Cuba Gooding Jr. come from? Yours, nigga. What generation did Diddler come from? Yours, nigga.
Nah, he ain't from my generation. That's the one above me.
Absolutely.
Bro, Diddy
The
been rich
niggas
longer than
of
I've
your
been alive, bro.
generation,
Bro, you just made that up,
the
bro.
niggas of your generation popularized the Diddler first. That's a fact.
And she said that's what Bud be doing all that wrestling. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Dude putting his hands on me like that, bro. We would just have to box, bro. I don't play around like that. Like I
Nah,
look
I'm
at
not
it.
going.
I look at it.
Now that I'm in your reach, I'm not gonna let you box, nigga.
Nah, it's like a passive aggressive form of trying to dominate me. So we just gonna have to throw hands, bro. It is what it is.
Absolutely.
You know, why play around when you can, you know, why get a sample when you can get these hands and feet? That's
I
my
mean, we could
motto.
line up and do an Oklahoma drill, boxing scholar.
Man, you ain't played football. Bro, first off, the island you from, they don't even play that type of football. That's
Absolutely, they do.
they
I've been on
absolutely
an
don't.
Oklahoma drill before.
You
I
definitely
beat you.
Googled that.
I would.
You
Yeah,
definitely.
whoever line up in front of me. I used to be 220 pounds, boxing scholar.
What you weigh
Whoever
now?
line up in front of
Hold
me,
on. What you weigh
I
now? Hold
weigh
on. What you weigh?
I weigh 170 pounds now.
Bro, you did crack then. So you do crack.
Nah,
So
I
you
didn't
went
do
from
crack. I did a
220
lot of
pounds to
fasting.
100
I
and
did a
stuff.
lot of running, and I did a lot of diet changing. You fucking bastard. So because I'm a black man, because I choose to make my life better, now I'm doing drugs. This is
Bro, you went
unbelievable.
from 220 in your prime to 170 something outside of your bro. You definitely was eating crack sandwiches or something, bro. Like you was eating meth sandwiches. It was something going,
I
bro.
feel
That ain't.
amazing.
You got a lot of loose skin. I can
My
listen to
blood
you.
pressure. Nah, my skin is amazing. My blood
You
pressure is
definitely
amazing. My
hold,
heart feel
hold on,
amazing.
Marky Dad. You definitely got a lot of loose skin, bro. I can
I
hear
do
it, bro.
not.
I can hear
not.
that you one of them people that bro, let me see if I got a picture of this, Marky Dad, that lost a lot of weight really, really fast, and your body never caught up with it, and you got like a lot of loose skin, bro. I can
I
hear that.
lost 40 pounds. I lost 50 pounds. I didn't lose
That's a lot of
200 pounds.
that's a lot, bro.
That's not 200 pounds, nigga. That's not nothing that's gonna have you looking all flappy.
I heard you was in that.
You gotta
No.
accept the facts.
I was gonna
Stop
say,
being a bastard.
I was gonna say, bro, I was gonna say that.
And even at 180 pounds, 170 pounds, I would still body you in an Oklahoma drill.
Man, get out of here, bro.
Those are facts, nigga.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
What that nigga from Onyx say? Do the knowledge.
Yo,
Do the
Marky Dan,
knowledge.
you know a dude named Never Hobers?
I believe that's somebody trying to troll for Never Sobers.
No, I just call it Never Hobers, but no, I was talking about the actual dude, Never Sobers.
Oh,
Bro,
okay,
this dude keep telling me that he wanna spar for us to go to Border Wars. You have to pay for Border Wars. Why do that when we could just link up, put some money on each other, and win and take all? Like if you really was about it, but like, bro, that dude
I guess
probably
he
would like.
wants some type of. I guess he wants some type of separate and independent body from besides the
Nah,
two of you.
that ain't what he want. Nesta Gibbs won't even allow. First off, you got to pay to spar in Border Wars, and they won't even allow you to go against anybody that's outside of your weight class. That's his way of hiding and trying to make it look like Scrappy do. Like, let me in. But I'm gonna just be all the way honest. God ain't made the man under 5'7" that could beat me up. You know, hold on, 5'8". 5'8" that could beat me up. He haven't been created yet. And
You
I
don't
would
think
push
Habib
never.
Nurmagomedov could beat you up?
I just said it, bro. You don't have to ask the question. I just said it. Bro, you know you remind me of Kanye West was doing an
I think
interview.
Habib Nurmagomedov would take you
Bro,
down and
Kanye
viciously
West did
beat
an
you half
interview,
to
bro.
death.
Kanye West did an interview and he said, this lady kept asking me. I told her I'm a god, and she said, "Who do you think you are?" I've already told you. I'm a god. That's what you just did right now, bro. I've already told you, bro. I've already made an official statement. You don't have to ask questions about it, bro. Nobody 5'7" beat me up, bro. It just is what
I
it
think
is.
that's a bunch. I think that's a bunch of son of a bitch and cap. But hey, you entitled to it. But Boxer Scholar, let me get up out of here so you could get up out of here and start the other stream.
You got
All right,
lucky.
my
Hold
brother.
on. I want you to see this before I get up out of here. I got a picture, bro, that I'm looking for specifically for you. Bro, you better not let me find this picture, bro. Better not let me find this picture, bro.
Which picture?
I got a picture of you with the weight loss journey that you on.
Oh, shut your you know something, nigga? You need to go straight to hell. I've never seen somebody like you who's just so against blacks, so against your own people, always trying to cut them down.
Damn, I can't find it. Damn, you lucky. I take too many screenshots.
Good, because you're
you lucky,
because the level of I mean, just unbelievable.
All right, man. We can get up out of here.
Man, they took the Epstein Trump statue and took it to pieces.
What's good, Shanta?
The mean.
He said they did what?
You think
Damn, you got lucky.
They took the statue and took it to pieces. You think they might be able to sue for damages?
No, bro, say that one more time.
What?
They took Epstein what?
They took the Epstein Trump statue that was outside. They had a permit to be up. And now it's broken up and smashed all together.
I didn't know there was a statue.
Yeah, you did, because no, you're right. We didn't talk about that. Yeah, there was a statue.
A statue where?
In Washington, D.C., right in front of the Supreme Court. Then some people came and took it, despite the fact they had a permit to be up until today.
Good. The hell?
What do you mean good? That's not good. That's suppression of free speech.
Bro, stop it, bro. Jimmy Kimmel was.
What do you mean? Stop it, bro. That's freedom of expression. And not only that, nothing on there is defamatory. That's Donald Trump's closest friend.
Damn, bro. I can't, man. You lucky, bro. I'm gonna find this picture. I'm gonna put it on the community wall and tag you in it. But yeah, let me get up out of here, man. We'll be right back. Let me go ahead and end this fighting line because you still got people pulling up like Bruce Lee, Michael J. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it, man. To the people that just pulling up, make sure y'all go hit the playback where we discuss what we actually thought about Bruce Lee. Wanderlei Silva ended up getting knocked out today after his fight, which is hysterical. You know, so hit the playback. You know, playback got value. You know, especially if you're interested in today's topic. But I'm gonna end this and we're gonna come back right back. I'm gonna make the thumbnail and everything right now as we're speaking. We'll be right back. We'll at least be here within the next 15 and 20 minutes, and we're gonna do non-boxing and current events. So we won't do any fighting. But anyway, I'm gonna let Ray J talk to y'all, serenade y'all souls, and do what he got to do. So go ahead, Ray J, talk to him.
Superstar, wish to have a fancy car, wish to have $1 million bucks. Well, I wish I don't be in love. So feel me, pretty baby. I make one wish and I wish it all on you. Making love to the break of dawn, me and you to the baby's born, till my baby's born.